Hello,
I live for that
everyone.
countdown. Justin does the best countdowns in the business.
Right?
There's
I
no
know.
better countdown man in this business.
Exactly. That's a good
It
point.
is. It's the best count. Now I'm bouncing around on my chair like Tigger. Welcome to Reaper. Oh, that was way too aggressive. Welcome to Reaper Miniatures and Reaper Errant. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I don't know if I'm excited. Something's happening there. I'm having a strange pull. I think I'm excited. Dave, I don't know if there's going to be any poo eating.
That may be bad.
It could be bad. Everybody's here.
Did you have any mushrooms lately? Would be what I would ask.
No. This morning for breakfast, I did have a special breakfast. I got to visit a friend, and I had some shrimp and grits. It was good.
No stripy snakes bit you or anything?
No, not that I know of. Not that I know of. So, yeah, we're going to play D&D. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. But first, I want to say thank you to Justin, our technical director tonight, behind the scenes. Sidwi, or Ann, our camera operator. Reaper Miniatures for putting this thing on and for just being cool. Sirenscape for some background and ambient music you will hear from time to time during this game. It's usually the scary sounds and gross sound effects. And then, my name is Frank. I'm usually DMing on Nightheart Gaming. I'm the DM. We're gonna switch up the introductions though. We're gonna do this because this will be hard on Justin too, and I like doing that. So we're gonna go in reverse this time.
That's the main and only reason we should.
And we're gonna let the players introduce themselves and who they're playing. So we'll start with Jen.
I'm Jen. I'm playing Kay Nimblewit, a human rogue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rhonda.
I'm Rhonda Bender. I'm playing Fathom, a tiefling magic user. But also, I need to ask whether there was a sound effect to go with Peugeot's poor life choices.
Tasty.
There are sound effects.
That's been mischaracterized as a choice.
Yeah, that was just.
It's a compulsion. It was a compulsion.
It was a matter.
There you
of
go.
compulsion. Yeah. Exactly.
Voluntary compulsion.
I mean, you
If that
did
helps you
choose
sleep
to
at
mess
night.
with the snake venom. You could have left it
you
alone.
did. Knowing, yeah.
That's true. Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Hi, my name's Michael, and I'm playing Abran, the Wood Elf Ranger, the mighty and more abdominable. And with the, it doesn't make as much sense since I'm going before the Pugil, but yes, that's my tagline, and I'm sticking to it. And I've got an attitude problem too.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep ready to roll for initiative.
Jason.
I'm Jason. I'm playing Corncob Thunderbludgeon, who's a mountain dwarf that is very interested in aquatics lately for some reason.
True. You're in search of one more item.
It's the otter pants.
That was the
That's what
beginning of
sparked
it all. It's like the first tattoo. You can't stop.
Where was your first tattoo, Frank?
I have avoided it because I have one of those personalities that I would be probably Gene.
Hi, I'm Gene Van Horn, and I'm playing Gooseneck, the lizard folk barbarian, and I'll be whacking things with my axe and hopefully not getting hit with my magic shield, and I'm going to try to prevent my friend Pugil from engaging in homophiliac behavior.
Oh, homophiliac.
Oh my gosh.
You're being very scientific about
That's
that.
taking
He
it
likes
to
the
another
smell of his
level.
own mookie stinks.
Yes, his nickname is Zoe.
That's sad.
Philophiliac. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Man, you're like a really, really super bright 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I'll
Look,
take that as
I
a
got-
compliment.
It
I got
was.
Gene's back.
I meant
Yes.
it in no other fashion. Believe me.
No. Look, that's why we're roommates.
That's right.
Okay. Bobby.
We have lots of discussions in that subject
Oop,
matter.
oop.
Oh, that's nice to know. Yuck.
All right. I'm Bobby Jackson. I play Pugh, the gnome bard and nature boy, armed with my trusty war harp and positive mental attitude. Oh, plus I'm mighty and indomitable, not
Yeah,
Yep.
not
abdominable.
There's a
Whatever.
difference.
Whatever. Where did you get your first tattoo, Proctor?
Oh, well, wait till Saturday night late at ReaperCon. I'll show you.
Okay.
No. The answer's not Okinawa.
Yeah, that's it.
That must be it.
Hanoi. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Well, so we will be. Wow. Actually, I don't know where my mind went there for a moment, but I will say
Where my
last
tattoo
left.
is.
Yeah, Proctor's
which is
tattoo.
that's where I was thinking about. Suddenly got me super curious.
You guys are thinking when and where. I'm wondering what.
Yeah,
That's
right?
important too. It's
Hey, questions.
We know it was made with a safety pin or a piece of broken glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, threads around a needle. So we are when we last left, which was 2 weeks ago, they had found they had traveled after hearing a sound in the night of iron wrenching. They followed what seemed like unusual mining in the middle of a sewer, came up underneath a church, and found a cambion or tiefling, I forget which. It was an incubus. It was neither of those.
It's an incubi, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was casting some sort of magical gate. They attacked him because he was doing some bad things. They slayed him, but not in time for that gate to open, where a nasty little demon came through. They handled it. However, they got hurt, and rushing in at the end were some of the clergy of this temple of Apara. And that is where we ended it. They were getting healed up. They hadn't yet had a rest. We're going to use Theater of the Mind for a while to figure out exactly what their next steps are, and if they're talking here any more to these temple goers.
So I would like to give this bag of spell components from the incubus to Fathom, so she can check them out and see if there's anything, being of the dark nature that she is and that the incubi
Am I
is.
there though?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's easy.
You just slept through everything else last time.
Yeah,
What-
you were out.
The
You were out
couldn't wake
shopping,
you up.
and now you're back. And
Someone that said they didn't need to sleep, you were sleeping.
They left. They left their little tide line bungalow in the middle of the night. So they left you sleeping.
Like you do.
And they were actually. That was not until the break of dawn that happened. But they had an interest in the Temple of Apara, which you already knew. So it would make it would be reasonable if you wanted to be with them that you would be showing up at about the same time all this chaos happens, just from the outside.
Is this the
not the
main
sewer.
temple of Apara in this city?
This is
It's outside of the city.
This is inside the city, and it is the the main temple. It is not the largest temple, but it's the founding temple.
So they have multiple temples in town, is how important this religion is here.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a power play in this town, a little bit. You already know that it's a theocracy, but it's not necessarily a single. It's more like a democratic theocracy. I don't know what that's called. Is there a name for that? But there are multiple religions, but the lead religion is lawful neutral and sort of reins everybody in. Apara is not the lead religion, but you can gain power here by having multiple, of course, outlets.
So, what's in the? I gave her the spell component
Yeah.
pouch. Is there anything good in there for her to?
Rhonda, if you would like Fathom to make an Arcana check, you can
Okay.
check it out.
Wow. Okay. 8.
It's
Okay.
really
Still
Rhonda.
It's Rhonda.
This
I'm not AI.
It seems a lot. It seems a lot like this is a standard spell component pouch. There's nothing necessarily unusual. Anything you need to make your arcane thing. There's some things you don't quite understand, but that's not every user and wielder of magic uses every type of spell or component, and you yourself got your magic slightly differently than some of the book studied people, so you might not be, so you're well aware that you're not familiar with all components, but it looks standard to you.
Are any of them
nothing-
usable by
valuable.
her? By Fathom?
Yes, some are usable by Fathom. You could sort of reinforce your spell component. Your passive, what is your passive investigation?
16.
Oh, okay. So
Very
you
I'm very
also
investigative.
notice that tucked away in here, you did not
Ooh.
expect to find it, is a smaller pouch. And when you open it up, there is diamond dust in there that you think Corncob might be able to use for spell
Secret
component.
bonus pouch. All right, here you go,
Bonus
Corncob.
pouch. Here's your
Diamond
diamond
dust.
dust. Ooh,
Seems
so
like
Yeah,
you probably
I can fashion a ring of
Bling up
water
those otter
breathing out of
pants.
that.
yeah, and a ring of fireballs too.
I bet
Both.
it's
I'm
for
sure
the
I
very
could do
best tool.
fireballs and water breathing.
Super
Probably your
important.
best healing.
Well, I'm happy about the diamond dust.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely in spell component form. It's not spendable anymore.
No.
It's prepped and ready to use, and you believe it's to sprinkle over the bodies of the deceased to help facilitate the conduit between your deity to bring their spirit back in, or their soul, if you will.
But don't sneeze.
Ah,
Not at that critical moment. So
Hmm.
the healers, the temple clergy come in. They're all rested. Some of them have been praying in different areas of this temple. They have come in and healed you all up. You have not gotten a rest beyond your original long rest, except for you, Fathom, who have gotten a long rest. But you are all healed all the way up after they're done. And they, of course, have some questions for you. One of the head priests comes in and is very curious about how you got in and what alerted you to this creature coming in. And he's already applied some people to go and look at this ring, this magic circle that's been drawn into the floor as it's beginning to fade. They're already studying it. He's got some of his best people on it, and now he's turned his attention to ask you all these questions.
Corncob.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Well, we were on Corncob and I
No,
were on watch.
I had a text from my wife. I needed to answer. I'm sorry. My
Corncob
fault.
and I were on watch, and we heard some squealing, wrenching iron, and we went out to investigate. And we heard some mining sounds, and we
Well,
went
I
and got
sent.
the rest of the group.
I elected to stay home and pray for spells. So
I think it was you and me. I think it was.
Oh, I'm
Pugh.
sorry. I'm
it was
sorry.
Pujol and the lizard
right.
man that went out
You're
to
right.
check,
Sorry.
and then the lizard man swam back and got the rest of us.
That's
the
right.
rest
of
Well,
them.
Pugh
Other than Rhonda,
courageously
or other than
conquered-
Fathom, who we couldn't awake from her deep slumber, possibly from too much wine the night before. And
Yeah.
we went out and did our jobs.
Yeah, well,
Again,
she
unlike
slept.
That's right.
Fathom, who
I
was
sleep
still
Yeah.
sleeping.
once a month,
Yeah.
And
but I sleep really hard.
we came up in the sewers, and we found somebody had tunneled their way up into your church, and so we followed and found the incubi.
And wait, and Abran interrupts and say, "Well, you're missing, Gooseneck. You're missing a very vital portion of the story. The little Nomi guy, he ate poop.
chewed.
I want to make sure.
Well, that is
Swallowed.
unfortunate.
I
Didn't
saw.
inhale. He didn't
I
inhale.
saw the Adam's
We-
apple go down.
I wasn't entirely
Tiny.
sure that the sewers ran under the temple, but it's good to know they did. And it is unfortunate, my friend. Would you need a cure disease or anything on you? We could help you out
Well,
with that.
Well,
Yes.
I
Any
cured his poison. If there's something beyond that, it might not hurt.
Yeah, I will. I'll take any prophylactic measures you experts deem suitable.
This would be suitable, and we're very appreciative. This is thrice, I believe, you've come to the aid of Apara in Ven here.
You can see where our loyalties lie, and a little mouth rinse would not be amiss.
Of course. He looks over. He signals to somebody to something to rinse out with, strong, and then he comes back to you and he casts a spell. Those who are familiar with the divine spell magic knows that it is a spell designed to cure you of disease and would also restore any levels
Bleeding.
of fatigue you had, remove any poisons from your body. And then after that, they come back with
That's actually pretty handy for a bard. I mean, they spend a little extra time socializing, I guess we should say.
comes back with a chalice, and in it hands it to you. He says, "Please rinse your mouth with this." And it is as soon as you bring it to your nose, if you intend on rinsing your mouth with it, you can smell the
do.
alcohol content. It burns. It burns. It is a very, very strong brandy sort of substance.
As a nature boy, I gulp it down.
you
Better than fish tank cleaner.
You are
Right.
free
Because
to
that's totally not
spit,
how we got
but
into this situation in the first place.
You may, of course.
Right.
He looks.
Yes.
He says, "Yes. Well, that should help take any odd flavors out of your mouth that the magic could
yes.
not do.
And refreshing.
Some would find it so. Yes. Let us. I will let my clerics do their work here, and are you in town
Sorry.
for long?" And they're just
Right.
sort of looking at you. Now we're sort of. It is. He's moved very casual in his demeanor. He came in originally very formally. He heard your story. A couple of the clerics there corroborated that you had been, very helpful before to the temple. And so he said, "Come, let's sit in the sitting room and have a chat. And if you don't mind, it's just morning and there's no services today, so I have some time, and I would be very interested in, possibly asking for your assistance with things. And then I don't know where this is going to go, but I do imagine I may be able to use your assistance for the findings that we have at looking at this magic circle later."
Sure.
Did he say findings?
Yeah, he said findings.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's
Okay.
we'll,
Yeah.
we'll go chat.
All right.
Let's
So
do.
he sits down. It is a modestly furnished room, but it's kept immaculate, and the materials that were made to like upholster the chairs or put into the curtains, they're not the showiest or the fanciest, but you know they were fairly expensive and they were of good quality made. So you can tell that they're serious not necessarily about show, but about using their wealth in this temple to make long-lasting decisions and items. It would be your collective insight from looking at the way the room is furnished. He sits down. If you don't mind, you know, from me, I manage this temple. We take care of Apara's wishes within the town, and often we will raise people, heal people, cure diseases. This temple in particular, we control some of the financial strings that we need in town. But tell me of yourselves and what you're doing here.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
The Apara is lawful good.
Apara is so. I'm going to check that for you real quick. I think the answer to that is yes, lawful good.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
What are we doing here?
Right.
I mean, it's not the lawful neutral. It's okay. It's okay. You actually are all you've done very lawful good things. Admittedly,
Unintentionally.
you've strayed over to the
Sometimes it
chaotic
burns.
good side of things from here and there, but not according to all these people. And they still hold you in very high regard for what you did in their town. With all
Can we
the,
mute Proctor for the love of Pete?
Yeah,
I don't
Sorry,
know.
I'm
He's
done.
What are you
there's
doing?
there's some construction.
I'm done. I was cleaning up.
But it
Cleaning
normally
up so I
doesn't
can have my
pick up your
space.
wandering.
I know.
It's like clickboard.
Yeah.
So-
The ADD
So
med's
we're-
not working.
So we're basically just a band that's seeking our fortune. We've not found anywhere where we felt like we wanted to stay.
And you're in
So
town.
we're constantly looking for a new challenge in life.
I see. One of my clergy have mentioned you're in town looking for work on a ship. At least I believe you fit the description of those noted as registering for that.
Yeah, there's something to do with a ship. We have some kind of vague knowledge of something that we're supposed to do. I'm not quite all that clear on it.
We're waiting for a ship to come into port.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're waiting for a ship to come in. There we go.
Well, I'm sure it won't be too long. You
Couple of weeks is what we were told.
Yeah,
and you've only been here a couple days.
I know.
Yes, yes. We've got quite a long wait. Fortunately, the city
We've
seems
got plenty
well
of time
stocked with-
to dispose of a few evildoers.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do it.
Well, then you've taken up some jobs for us already. Perhaps you'd be interested in doing more.
Well, it certainly depends on the job, but
Yeah.
we might be
understand.
interested.
I understand.
Some people like to sleep all day, but I tend to want to get up and actually move around. So.
Once and then.
Bus. There goes the bus.
And Pughl's always hungry, so he always needs to eat or drink.
About
So what sort
Really?
of job are you
This is
thinking
going to be a
about?
thing.
Would you want us mocking that or your nakedness? You have choices.
Yeah.
Every time we've gone into a tavern, you've ordered something to eat, and you've been hungry.
And then you.
I'm not sure. It sounds like you're being defensive.
Yeah.
you hear
Anyway,
very
we're
own-
interested. What kind of job you got?
outside the chamber. You hear.
How are we supposed
bit
to
of a
address you,
mocking.
by the way? Your Eminence, Your Excellence, Your Highness. Your Holiness, I mean,
Uh-huh.
we've called a lot of people along a lot of things.
Unless you're followers of Apara, you can just call me Patrick.
Patrick, that's as good as anything else.
Patrick.
Patrick is
That's-
just fine.
That's funnier than you know.
Apparently it is. I'll ask later. So you coming in, opening the door, says, we have a lead, sir. He looks up, he says, please, bring it in, bring it in. The circle had some instructions for the location this creature was supposed to go and ensure that chaos ensued. That's all it says. But we do know where the location was.
That giant winged pig was supposed to go somewhere?
Yes, apparently he was. What location was it, if you don't mind saying? And so he tells his superior, and you obviously overhear. They're not making any effort to hide their conversation from you in any way. They're not talking quietly or anything. He says, "The round, sir. That's where it was to go. We just translated that when it faded, so we're not sure what necessarily they were supposed to do, other than make sure chaos ensued. But the round, I don't understand. There's nothing there except for the magic circle." He says, well, good. Thank you.
The round is a geographical feature here in town?
Yeah, Patrick dismisses him and says thank you, and turns to you and says, yes, indeed it is. It's an ancient magical circle, I guess. We keep it locked down. It has some sort of significance to the elves that were here. We all call it the round. We're opening it up for a very special oration just tomorrow, actually. So I am suspicious of what might have supposed to have been there, and I would hate for anything to befall it.
So you think someone is, under the guise of just a simple oration, is going to use something inherently powerful about the round that maybe we don't know about?
There could be. We keep it locked up really for preservation's sake, not because it's dangerous. Some people.
Our bard has a question.
Yes.
What was the name of the organization that took in the orphans and those two creeps we met on the road were?
The Redwood Foundation.
The Redwood Foundation, and
They were.
but they were their tattoos affiliated them with a more nefarious organization called
The Fall.
The Fall.
Let's kill them.
I think
It was someone they were going to see, though.
That's right. This is what I'm going to say to the priest. By coincidence, we ran into two creepy fellows who claimed to be affiliated with the Redwood Foundation, but had marks that would associate them with the Fall. And they both claim to be coming to hear what I would assume to be this series of lectures that you just talked about. That's a very odd coincidence.
That
very observant there.
Like much more than a coincidence. Indeed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Fall.
They smelled like creeps to me.
What have you done any sort of analysis on this?
That's too easy.
This round, you mentioned that you kept it locked down. What would make you keep it locked down?
Well, many of the religions, many of the representatives of our gods in this town have agreed that we don't fully understand what the elves were doing there. It is elven. It is before we populated the area. And while we don't think there is anything untoward about it. There is magic to be held there, although
Who
none of it
applied?
is.
Who
It's mostly a natural in its creation.
who applied for permission to open it, and who approved the opening of it for this oration?
Well, that's a good question. We did ask for something special for actually our speaker to come and talk there.
Who's the speaker?
we applied for it, but we applied, of course, within the council, and it was just agreed that would open. We're not technically, we won't be in the circle itself or the ancient tree. We would be outside on a later built podium. The crowds can
But
gather around.
You're part of the group that would have approved it?
Yes, we are. It was unanimously, well, 9 to 11 agreed.
9 to 11. So it was a close vote.
Mm.
9 of 11, yes. Well, 9 of 11.
9
sorry.
of 11.
Yes, sorry. It wasn't.
Were you expecting
So most
large
of you
crowds?
voted okay.
Yeah, no one really had, and their issues with it were really that it was too close to their temples to having a chat from our perspective. It was expected and nothing unusual about it.
Has there been anything found around that area that might have been associated with it? Like, do you have a museum, or is there artifacts that were discovered?
No, nothing associated with it in particular. There are always small things from elves. It's contagious.
Oh, goodness. It's going to be a long night.
It's good.
Nothing wrong with his mic. It doesn't normally do that. Because Michael's the
My
same
mic?
as ever. Yes, your mic. We can hear your ice cream clinking and your crackers crunching. We hear everything happening in that room.
Do you have both microphones going?
I'm guessing he doesn't
I don't
have
know.
his big mic on. That's got to be.
I do. I have
I
my
think
big
he's-
mic on.
Do you?
I think
Okay.
you've got both microphones going.
No. Got my
Okay.
You might
road
want to
hard
hang a
mic
towel
on.
over it.
So
or
you're just
something.
being overly loud. That's all it is.
Must be. I'll stop. I'm just
Well,
gonna sit here and do
we'll-
nothing.
We'll look
No,
at it.
we enjoy it.
Impossible.
It's
Impossible.
signs of life.
That's a
We
great
love it.
idea.
That's,
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Michael,
Sit there and do nothing.
look. Let's set realistic goals for ourselves. It's okay.
Right. Yeah.
We'll address it at break if we need to.
Okay, very good. Yeah, let's stay on target.
All right.
Stay on target,
So
Luke.
On target.
So
number.
what is your concept of how we can help you here? Just show up and be kind of roving security guys, or
I think we
eyes
should-
on the crowd,
should-
ready for anything?
I
What are
would
you
rather take care of
expecting
this
us
in
to do? I
advance.
mean,
Let's
we're just
take-
a humble band of travelers with a lot of good dice rolls.
I could
Shut up, corn cob, and let
send
him answer.
someone with you to I would rather you look at this in advance and this doesn't turn into something on the day of this talk. This would be bad. If you would be willing.
Oh,
Sure.
So we should study the rounds and make sure nothing odd is happening.
Yes, we have a day, almost a full day before the talk. Well, actually a full day now before these talks begin. So, if anything you could do before then to ensure it's safe perhaps. Look around.
Well, we have at least one member of our party whom very little gets by.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. That's wonderful to hear. Of course, we would compensate you.
Of course.
Do you have someone available who's familiar with the area that would, since we've never seen it before, there may be things we wouldn't know are different than they
Of
usually
course, we could. We would. I think we had Jarek go and look at it, so we would. I could send Jarek with you, certainly.
Is Jarek also of Apara?
Oh yes, yes, a member of our
Okay.
temple, very knowledgeable, and has gone there numerous times, though not necessarily recently.
Huh. So, if you were to characterize what your main worry is, what is it? I mean, I feel like there's an unspoken thing going on here. What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I'm concerned.
What's your biggest fear?
We asked for this to be open. We are responsible for this these talks. There will be large crowds there, and if this message is to ensure chaos ensues, I don't want to be responsible for injuring the general public or
No, and
attendees
of
to
course it would
this.
be a massive public embarrassment.
That too, of course, yes. I would, if there's anything that can prevent us from doing that, otherwise we might have to call these talks off.
Hmm.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want you to do that.
I would rather not.
Well,
Does he have,
Oh, go ahead.
does he have any information about the fall or the Redwood Foundation that might either allay my suspicions or buttress them? Whatever the word I'm looking for is, for Pete's sake.
Unless you're looking for more detail on the surface conversations with him, you find that he's very positive about the Redwood Foundation because of their philanthropic work, really. And then the fall, though, he is very almost aggressively dislikes the idea that there might be representation of that kind of extremist cult in town worries him. The idea that they were going to a talk of his, or that
Especially
this temple is
associated
putting
with
on.
the foundation that you seem to hold in high regard.
Yes, obviously a front, an easy pass in if you're posing as someone who would be revered by the Redwood Foundation.
So what kind of...
his knowledge,
Oh, go ahead.
to his knowledge, there is no connection between the Redwood Foundation and the fall.
Not specifically to support the fall. I mean, the Redwood Foundation tries to lift everybody up in his eyes, and so that could include include those with poor designs as well.
I feel like we might need maybe a couple other people aside from Jarek that we know that would know more of the people in the crowd, because we're strangers here pretty much. We might recognize the two guys, the goons we met on the road, but beyond that, I think we need a couple more support people, and maybe with some firepower if you're worried about anything.
Well, aren't we going to go investigate first before we?
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
before the speeches begin.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
If
no
we
one's there
can't
yet.
find anything, then we can discuss more firepower.
I don't think we're going to
and
find anything.
We got
Well,
a whole day to poke
We got to go
around.
look.
You never know. There
first.
may be
People-
magic circles or demon bait or whatever.
Yeah, the OK Corral was just a bunch of mud, till everything
Right.
happened.
He says
That hasn't happened yet. That's in the
I
future.
know.
we
So we'll
could
go look at
send,
some mud.
Jarek and Timothy, perhaps. Very sociable, enjoys the people.
You pick them.
Okay.
I don't know who Timothy is.
People aren't allowed into the area yet, right?
Well,
Since the-
no, we're allowed in to set up, of course, but people should be restricted. Still.
I assume
So
you're
no
prepping
public
it right
spotting.
now.
Yes.
Are you
yes.
building bleachers and
No, one small
Stage?
stand. There is a stage to prepare, and then one small snack or small food area that was thought of as an idea, and we
any musicians? Because I don't trust all those guys.
no musicians.
Okay. Well, when should we go?
All right, let's go have a look.
Explicitly
When
trust
can we go
musicians.
investigate this? Yeah.
Has there been any particular rivalry between your organization and any of the other churches in town, or really anybody else around lately?
Well, there is always a little tension between us and Lael. They go about their designs with questionable intentions with everything they do, and it's,
What sort of people are Lael as far as alignment goes?
it would be lawful evil.
Wonderful.
But they stay right to the letter of the law in most cases, but certainly not the intent, and it's quite disappointing that they can't follow any kind of moral structure, and there's always a little bit of tension, but for chaos to ensue doesn't sound like them.
Yes, I assume that summoning demons and whatnot is against the law, among other issues.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Who would stand to gain most if your church lost some of its standing here?
Well, that's a Well, I mean, it is true. I imagine we are those that push back the most against Lael. It's possible. There's a. I'm loath to say that there are some good intentioned churches that could also be pushed back, that are more prone to chaos and war and those sorts of things. But I wouldn't hesitate to point my finger at any of them.
I don't necessarily mean for you to accuse anyone specifically. I'm just trying to understand the political situation overall.
Well, there is perhaps. So, of course, the ruling church here is Rhonda, and very adherent
The Church of Rhonda.
to the rule of law, but very clerical about it. There is a Naru who would stand to gain a lot. They don't have our support necessarily, but along the same lines as they're. So the way he goes about describing them, you also find that they are lawful neutral in your experience with them as well. But they're very vengeance bent. That sect of belief.
Which faction was that?
Anaru.
Anaru.
I like that.
So are they, would you consider them the most likely to indulge in moral turpitude and chaos?
No, not necessarily, but they do have some interesting edicts and beliefs about how law ultimately can turn into chaos that resolves itself in law again. It's I've never understood it.
That sounds convoluted.
Yeah.
Sounds dumb.
Yes.
Okay,
As a
maybe
My
practice
head hurts.
of
I haven't had
neutrality,
enough
it
to
sounds
drink.
dumb.
Evil's dumb.
Evil
Go
sucks.
neutral.
Boo evil. That's what I.
Blue
So,
evil.
is there a different faction that would indulge in more chaos or more likely to resort to extreme acts like that?
There are, but they're
Are they
typically-
invited to the party here?
They are typically not. This is not their place, and many times are.
So they may show up dressed in other people's robes.
Certainly, they could. They could. And
Great. This is going to be fun.
What was the first faction you mentioned? Alana? What was that? What was the name?
Anaru?
No, the
Rhonda.
one
Oh,
before
Lael.
that.
Lael.
Lael. What alignment is Lael? Is
That's
the Church of Lael?
Lawful evil.
Awful evil. Lael. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an abbreviation.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
If
Yeah.
the other
Yeah,
one
the
is
concept-
Lael, we can derive it from that probably.
I might have to make some changes. Yeah.
You got to keep
Okay,
Rhonda.
so do we have any other questions for Patrick, or should we go investigate now?
Let's go investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, let the
Yeah.
investigating begin.
So you all head off. Timothy and Jarek with you. I'm assuming you're okay with them coming with you since they're gonna let
We
you
kind
in.
of
Yeah,
request
we
your
could use the help.
Patrick, I have one last question. This being a seaport, is there somewhere we could buy some telescopes?
Ooh.
There are some spy glasses. A wonderful
Spy glasses would be perfect.
a glass worker could certainly help you with them. There is a lovely gnome who works down and does
Boy.
some jeweling and also does create some spy glasses.
Oh, what is the lovely gnome's name? Although I'm not sure those two words go together very often, but
He mentions the name. I'm not at my notes.
Is it
at the
the same
moment.
guy
It's
that
this-
made,
It's the same guy that is on the
Okay.
hook to finish Pugil's item.
I think we should stop by there and commission some field glasses on our way. Or spy
Maybe he'll
glasses,
even
I
have
guess.
some
Is
in
the
stock.
term. What?
Maybe he'll even have some in stock already, and you won't have to commission them.
Could be.
Yeah.
Ooh,
If he has to
yeah.
make them, I wanted to get them made.
Do we have-
And we can check on the progress of my project.
We had spent all our money.
Okay.
We got more.
We haven't spent all our money, have we?
Mm-mm. No.
Before
no,
we
I don't
did, we
think-
spent all our money. Did we get money since then?
Oh yeah.
We stopped buying all the magic items.
We have some
Oh.
money.
We have that ship on commission, but I don't think it actually sold yet.
It has not sold
Well,
yet.
we may need, can we get a letter of credit perhaps to buy some spy glasses?
We got some
Yes.
gold. Hold on.
Well, if they want to buy them for us, I'd just as soon have that happen.
I found some gold with the
We should have,
navigator's tools.
yeah, we have,
Yeah, we got 200 gold on the ship that we brought in, separate from the actual value of
Oh.
the ship itself.
well, we wouldn't let, yeah, we got that. Let's just go.
Let's go investigate. Hopefully we find something we can kill.
You can always hope, Abran. Okay.
That's not what Patrick is hoping for.
I
I
think the streets are filled with things you can kill if you really want to do that.
Am I still coming across really loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I can hear you very well, at least.
Well, that's not necessarily good.
We can hear everything, even those little whispers
and
you
the-
were making about the dog.
The sound quality isn't quite as good, I don't think.
No.
Interesting.
Like, it's not staticky, but it's just...
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't been able to hear what you had for lunch or anything.
All right.
We can't hear
Let's-
into the past.
Back to the investigation.
You stopped by the gnome. on the way over. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The gnome says, "Oh, hello! Back again. I'm not done with your amulet yet."
Not the reason we swung by. We have a separate issue that my compatriot Corncob would like to inquire about.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, Sir Dwarf. Corncob.
We were told you were the go-to lovely gnome that might have some spy glasses.
Oh, I cut very clear glass. Yes, indeed. But a spyglass. I do have one here. He reaches around. He pulls it out. It's well made. These are rare items. I have one and could make another, though it takes quite a time. This is
I think one would probably do it.
Yes. Okay. Well, then 1,000 gold for this one.
You really like that spyglass, don't you?
Well, it's very hard to come across the materials for this and cut them perfectly. Most fail many times in their attempts.
I absolutely believe it, but we don't need it that badly.
Oh, too bad. It's just collecting dust here.
Would you like to rent it?
Rent it? Well, that's an interesting thing. Well, yeah. I might be interested in such a thing as renting it. And how long do you need it for?
I'd say probably at least 3 days. And this is a mission for the Temple of Apara, by the way.
Yeah, Apara doesn't pay me. So you 3 days, and do I have any assurances that it will? I mean, they're very precious items. It holds it out to you, though.
Well, that's what renting is all about. We're not going to give you a deposit equal to the amount of the thing, or we just buy it.
Yes, I understand. But sometimes you don't want to buy something because it's not in your budget, but you might have the funds just in case this was to be damaged in some way.
We'd make it good.
Oh, you'd make it good, yes. Well,
and you are working on a piece for our own lovely gnome.
A lovely piece. Nowhere near this in value, though very valuable, I'm sure. And would you
tiny fraction of the value?
Perhaps sign just a writ of guarantee.
Sure.
Of course. Oh,
sure.
Excellent. 3 days. Then let's see. Yeah, I would say. I've never rented one of these before, but I think perhaps 5 gold a day seems reasonable.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Oh, good. He grabs some papers, hastily writes something out, hands it over, and sets this.
I want to read that contract before anybody signs it.
Okay.
I can't write. That's the whole joke.
We brought our lawyer.
I can barely read.
He puts the spyglass up there in the case, and so Kay, you grab it and look it over. You can make an investigation. It's intelligence, or if you think you have something else that would be more appropriate to it.
Seems to be well prepared for never renting anything.
I think can't think of anything else more. Got a 10.
Okay. So as you look it over, there is the only thing in here that is maybe questionable to you is that you don't get any of the money you're paying as the rental applied to the credit that you would suddenly have to pay and be responsible for if the item was destroyed in some way.
So we'd have to pay 1,015 gold.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
You sure, Corncob?
Sure.
Because realistically, if you're selling this thing for 1,000 gold and we've given you 15, well, that's just an extra 15 to you. Granted, it's small change on the scale of
I
things.
would pay
but-
the extra 15.
All right, then we're good.
Okay. So they will. He will
You're going to
accept
be
your
using it.
signature. You will happily accept your signature. Whoever's going to sign it, and
I'll sign.
okay. And then he puts it in its case. It's got a very nice hardwood case, velvet lined, padded, and hands it over to you. It in itself does not look like a super fragile device. It is of a solid metal construction, some sort of alloy. They're not quite iron, but the inlay, it's got silver and gold inlaid fairly nicely in it, and it's definitely got a lens. It magnifies 3 times.
Well, 3 times is what we need. I just think we need an ability to check out things far away.
Okay, you now have it in the form of this spyglass. For 3
Very
days.
good.
All right.
3 days. Enough time to spot tattoos on people's wrists.
Yeah,
And various other things.
That is true. It is true.
Hey, what does the contract say about if we don't have it back within the 3 days? Like, is it, if you show up on day 4, we owe him 1,000 gold, or
No. There is. So he didn't. You 10. It's not necessarily. It's pretty clear that he didn't have this contract ready and he wrote it up. With you, I think Kay would note immediately that he didn't ask for any special deposit or anything, so it was beneficial to you. Sort of a mistake, maybe even on his side. He's going to charge you double, though.
okay. So long as we know.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Can't pay the debt, you eliminate the debtor.
Yep.
The debt holder.
Wow.
Now,
Okay. That went dark.
knowing
we could
how
always swap him an elf.
knowing
The
how
way it was
important
raised.
contracts are in this town, there's no end on that paying of double for the rental rate. At some point, it would be very bad not to, and this is going to be pretty well upheld
Of
here.
course.
But
Absolutely. Just stall him for 2 weeks and get on the ship and never come back.
Right, and then would perpetually
Except they
build
don't know
up.
what ship we're getting on. We keep telling people.
Yeah, but
No,
you're
we're not
registered
going-
as some of you are registered as looking for it.
If he doesn't accept elves as a unit of exchange, then we're just going to have to pay.
Yeah, our elf is worth $2,000 easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
So you go from there.
Elves like that don't grow on trees.
Are you sure? I thought that's how they made them.
No, they lay eggs.
Well,
elves lay
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they grow
In
under
trees.
trees.
Yeah.
Out of their cloaca.
Yes.
All right.
That's correct.
Bobby, are there any mammals in your world, or is everything egg layers?
Everything's an egg layer in Bobby's world.
No, the cave trolls, they're live young.
Mm. But they all eat poop.
No, those are the gnomes.
Let's go.
So
I'm tired of being civil.
as you come
All
up, really one of the only hills that are in the town. There's some rocky areas. Most things slope sort of down to the sea. There's one area at the base, or the base of the cliffs, that sort of separate the two halves of the town. And it, as it comes up, it's definitely fenced off. Fences are closed. Jarek comes up and he unlocks them sort of dutifully, and they enter in, and you can see a circle of stones with an oversized tree. It looks like the tree originally was not. It is very large for what's inside the circle of stones. It's kind of.
What's the perimeter look like again? Is there buildings? You said there is a hill, but is there buildings around it? And
not
how close?
really. It's all sort of pushed away. So the perimeter is fenced. Once you get past that, it feels a little like you're open in sort of a green, grassy knoll. And there's no buildings or structures. You see the beginning of a structure down at the bottom, and Jarek and Timothy just walk right past it. And this one's clearly going to be where they're vending food items, just right as you come in the gate. But then it comes up, and you see more of an official platform with a podium, a special. It looks like some sort of altar built up around it that someone might talk at. And then beyond that, behind that, the backdrop to that is the magic circle and this giant, interestingly colored tree. And this is considered the round.
Does
Now,
any of this strike a cultural chord with Abram?
Abran, you would make a nature check. At
Nature?
advantage. At advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about a 7?
7.
That's with advantage.
Rolling like me tonight.
I mean,
know.
not necessarily.
Ancient kind of elf, I guess.
Having it strikes you as very fey to have this circle of stones and a tree in the middle. That's not necessarily elven, but that's how it strikes you. And Justin, I think we have this set up on camera 1.
may I make a check?
You
The
may.
nature boy.
You may make.
I
a
even
check.
speak Sylvan.
Oh,
I'm like Mr.
So
Nature
this
Boy.
is kind of off on the outskirts of town, or it's in the middle of town, but just they've avoided putting anything near it.
It's near the middle of town, and they've avoided putting anything near it for the most part. And,
What'd you get, Nature Boy?
16.
Okay. The design looks like it honestly, it looks more druidic than elven to you.
Now the fence that surrounds it, could kids scale it? How secure is the fence?
Kids conceivably could scale it. Yeah, you could get people in here. It's about 12 feet tall.
And can we detect? Do we signs of any other warding other than a wooden fence?
Oh, it's an iron fence.
An iron fence. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can
I'll
see
ask
through
Jarek.
it?
You can see
It's
through
like
it.
it's like iron bars.
Yep.
Okay.
Jarek, do you guys
People are
post
not
any kind
permitted.
of constables here? Do they run a check on this every so often to make sure there isn't kids or just running around, smoking their reefer and stuff?
Yes, the town guard manages it at night and during the day.
Wow.
They have routine walks.
Or Jarek.
Jarek's kind of Weasley.
Yeah.
Has there been any?
He's gonna get killed.
The stage is not near the magic
Is he wearing
circle,
a red
correct?
shirt?
Yeah, he's wearing a red shirt.
So it's about 20 feet away. The back of the stage is about 20 feet away from where the magic circle starts.
So, could we investigate the stage before we? I'm just wondering if, well, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
We should investigate the
maybe
whole
there's
Secret
area.
doors?
Circle.
yeah, well, or
Secret
maybe
door in the
magic,
floor?
some magic booby traps, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So has
Good call.
magic been cast over by the stage?
Sure. So Jarek and Timothy are up on the stage. This is where we plan on having the speaker speak from. We just finished this area.
And
What
and
is
did
the
you guys
highest
cast
point?
any sort of spells, or did you do any sort of magic here?
No.
So, Fathom, can
So
you
I'll
run a
start the
detect magic and see
detecting.
if
I think it lasts for about 10 minutes, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. If I'm concentrating.
Okay. So detect magic. You cast. You look around.
The whole area that's inside the fence, not just the stage and whatnot.
Right. So with that you can get around to the stage and the tree, and interestingly, as you move around, you get up there on the stage by the platform they're talking, and there is a bit of magic cast on the back of the the pedestal, and this was kind of sat here, you can tell, brought up here to cast. There is definitely magic on that, and as you look around some more, you see some magic cast in a very large circle around the tree.
So larger than the circle that's around it, or within the perimeter?
Within, so yeah, I don't think you can see you in there. We'd have to change focus. But around the tree.
I can see where the little green bit is.
Yeah, so it's within the stone circle, but right around the tree.
I'm going to start with the pedestal, and I'll point the place out to, I'll investigate it too, but I'll point the place out to my friends in case some of them can see something that I don't.
Okay.
I'd like to go investigate the tree area, since
I'd like
there's a
to
lot of people.
tap on the stones on the dais here with my staff and see if I hear any hollowness.
Okay. So Fathom's around there, Abran's around the tree, you're tapping on the stones, Corncob, Gooseneck, Pugil, Kay. Plan.
I'm helping Fathom.
You're helping Fathom, Gooseneck, okay. Pugil?
I'm going to stick with K.
All right, okay.
I think I'm going to start with taking a closer look at this pedestal.
Okay.
Can't do anything with magic that might be on there, but if there's something mundane, maybe I'll catch it.
Okay. Both of these representatives from Apara sort of get off to the side, just let you do your thing, talking about how the weather might be on the day of the speech and those sort of inane conversations to you. Fathom, as you look at this, the magic that is cast on this pedestal in the middle is illusory magic. But you also, oddly, it doesn't seem like the only thing that's attached to it. So multiple kinds, and as you begin to focus on it, make an Arcana check.
17.
Okay. Also associated with it is transmutation.
Huh.
So illusion and
it's possibly been changed into something but made to look like this would be my guess. I'm going to touch it just in case the illusion isn't covering all the senses.
Wait.
Okay, no, okay.
What if it's a mimic?
Mimic.
So but before you're going on touch it, Gooseneck is like, wait, Corncob, at this time you're sort of pounding around with the stick on top of the stones. Make an investigation roll.
Okay, I also have stone cunning as a racial trait.
Okay.
May I make a suggestion to the priests?
Yeah.
It appears that this whatever you call the rostrum has been tampered with magically. Perhaps you should carry it away where it can be investigated in safety and replaced.
Yes. Should I allow you to continue with your investigation first, or would you like us to take it now?
That's up to the investigators, but
it'd be good to have some idea of what they're trying to do, though.
We'll await your findings then. We're amenable to that change. We can take it back tonight.
Also, you can confirm that you didn't
rolled
cast
a 16.
any magic or have anyone do that.
What do you roll to check tracks on the ground, and would the earth leave tracks?
Survival, and the earth would leave tracks. 16 Corncob. The stones all seem solid around here. Nothing odd about them.
I'd like to motion El Lagarto over knowing that he spent time among crafting dwarves, and ask him if he thinks that there's been any new construction on this dais, on this raised platform, or the steps around it.
Okay, I can do that. Do we need?
I don't know. I just would think that he might be able to tell between me and him.
Well, I was in. I've hung out with a lot of dwarves. I was in the. I'm a clan crafter, so
Yeah.
But I don't have any special. I don't have any specialties to.
No, I just figured you
discern
might
if-
notice something
You can make
Sure.
a check.
I'm missing.
Take a look
Can I
around.
do an investigation?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Here we go. 3.
Oh, so no.
No, you have pretty good faith in whatever Corncob is
Looks
saying.
like stone to me, boss.
Yep, it's stone
the
and it's hard and it
podium-
seems solid. I guess we're good to go.
Is the podium
So-
also stone or is it wood?
It is.
Or something else.
It is stone. It is mostly stone.
But they brought it here specifically for this event.
Yep.
Podium's
on a,
new,
on-
right?
On a
Yeah.
cart. Yeah, it's just sitting on top of the ground here. And they
Yeah,
said they didn't cast any magic on it.
I agree with Pugh.
All right. Pugil and Kay, I think you're up here looking around. Did I get to what you wanted to? I don't think I did.
Who has a good survival? I want to walk the perimeter. And Abran,
I
come
have a
with me
plus-
and let's walk.
I have a +7.
Is that better than Abran's?
I got a +5.
Oh, hey, Corncob, let's walk the perimeter. You're fired, Elf. Let's walk the
All right,
perimeter
thanks.
and look at the fence and see if there are unusual footprints coming and going.
Sure.
Other than the workers who brought the podium and stuff.
Good idea. Cloven hoofs and that kind of thing.
Kay,
Pig feet.
Yeah, exactly.
what are you doing? In
Yeah.
this?
I was taking a closer look at the pedestal since it seems to have been tampered with.
Right. Okay. Make an investigation check as you look around the pedestal. Look at it.
Yeah, no, I got a 4.
Okay.
Wow,
You're not
we're
seeing
killing
much
it
that the
tonight.
others aren't seeing. Abran, as you go back around the tree and the magic stones back there, looking at the magic on the ground that Fathom has already kind of pointed out, make an investigation roll.
How about a 17?
Ooh, okay.
There we go.
You see clearly that magic has been. It's not just a circle on the ground here. It's actually. It looks you don't necessarily know what they mean, but you've got some magical ability, and it looks like something's been inscribed freshly into the base of this tree in very discreet areas, as though this tree is somehow part of some sort of spell or incantation.
And it's carved all the way around the tree?
All the way around it, yeah.
And only at the bottoms, I'm not noticing any higher up or anything?
No, you don't see anything higher up.
And can I tell what the inscriptions are? They just tell that they're magical? I can't translate them or anything?
It's
I have a plus in Arcana.
you could try to make an Arcana check, yeah.
All right. How about a 12? I'm sorry, a 14.
So it looks like transmutation,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's 14 was your final.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 12 plus 2, 14.
It doesn't look complete.
Oh,
Not sure exactly what's going on. So you
Would Fathom know any more about that?
well, I can I've already pretty much gone all the way around the tree.
Yeah, this is sort of
Investigating.
simultaneous. You look at the tree, Corncob's tapping
We're all
on the
kind of-
stone with Gooseneck,
Yeah.
Fathom and Kay are looking at the pedestal. Pugil's like, hey, let's go walk around after taking a brief look, and takes off and starts circling around for footprints.
I'd like to come to the front of the tree and signal for Fathom and Corncob to come and
Corncob
check
already
it
got
out.
co-op.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
already co-opted. But yeah, at least Fathom to see what kind of, if Fathom can figure out any more spellness of this stuff.
Okay, before I touch the pedestal, I will go do that. See if we get more information.
Okay.
I would like to touch the pedestal with my axe. Poke it.
Whackety whack.
Huh,
Just poke it.
just poke it.
Don't talk
Okay.
back.
Well, I'm trying
I
to.
have a- yeah.
We need to figure out whether it's under illusion and if it's something different than what it looks like it is.
Right.
That's
It's
why I
gonna
want to
eat
poke
us.
it.
You,
Far enough
I
away.
wanna-
you
wanna
can
poke
tell
it.
it's magical, and because of the detect magic, you can tell the type of magic. If you really wanted to get specific, and you had like the identify spell, I could tell you more specifically exactly the magic. Or if someone had that.
I don't have that either. I don't think.
I don't have that.
So you are up there. Fathom, you go up to assist. Pugil, you're looking around for tracks. So this is sort of the next thing around. Gooseneck, you begin to prod this. Kay and Corncob, what are you doing in this next set?
I would like to stand right here on this circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to know the highest point within bowshot range, or rifle range for that matter.
The top of the tree. Do you mean like a physical?
Outside the circle. I don't think. I think it'd look weird if we were sitting in a tree.
Okay. That's a great question. So it's pretty easy. You can immediately look around. There's way outside the fence. There are some buildings. You'd have to be one heck of an archer to hit, but
Okay.
it's conceivable. Within, there are two trees that are outside of the circle. One to the left, you can see it on the screen on the left there. It's kind of scraggly, not much life left in it. And the one that you don't see that's on the right, kind of opposite side of it, that's pretty tall, but it's maybe 40 feet from the tree in the middle and 80 feet from where the speaker on the podium is. And it's back on, let me get my finger in here, back on this side of it, just hidden back here.
Okay. Then I'd like to take and just scrawl a diagram while the next person's doing whatever they're doing.
Okay.
Of the whole area.
Okay.
And I want to mark the high points.
Pugil, make a survival check as you're looking around for these. Actually, and whoever's with Pugil, survival check looking around for tracks.
Ooh.
I'm not sure exactly where I'm standing, but
Sorry, I was muted. Natural 20, 23.
Ooh.
Boom.
Okay. Pugil, it's funny, someone mentioned it earlier. You do see hoof tracks, and with a roll like that, these are bipedal hoof tracks.
Of course they are.
I'm going to add that to my little drawing.
Now, can I follow them?
You can.
Okay.
They go. So as you're walking around, they go around the tree. You don't catch them in every single instance. They do go up to the platform area, but you don't know where they go once they're on the stone. And then they head off out to it's like they're going to the fence, and then they disappear at a bush. Well, more like a small tree than a bush, really.
Am I still wandering around with Pugil? Because I would like to know if those tracks would have fit the feet of that demon.
Are they incubus tracks?
They don't look like incubus tracks. They look more like natural cloven-hoofed creatures, like deer or something, but not
Or a
quadrupeds.
or a minotaur. A minotaur.
Well, if it's fey, then we know there's some fey creatures with goat hoofs.
Or orcus.
Like a satyr.
Yeah, from the Greek expansion.
Exactly. Who sculpted that?
Who sculpted
Or
that?
orcus.
Not me.
Orcus. Or orcus.
Yeah.
Why are you giving him ideas, Michael?
He's already got the ideas.
Now, is there anything unusual about the little shrub or tree that I can see?
Make another nature check. When corn cob out there. I feel like with you guys out
14.
there in the light like that, I just want to spotlight right on top.
Nature or survival?
Nature. It's 14. Okay, so
yeah, I only got 7.
And Jarek and the other guy haven't noticed anything that's out of place, right?
No, not really. But they're not quite as observant as you all for this.
Well, just for what they know what this place normally looks like.
They know, no, there's nothing unusual for what the place looks like. They weren't expecting magic. So I would say that the thing you do notice about this tree is it's bigger than its size. Like it's an older, thicker tree than its height and dimensions would indicate. So it's been pruned over time, like
a bonsai.
Like a bonsai tree, but it's planted in the garden. But it's thick enough that, for example, a gnome, it's like the body width of a gnome, even though it's only 5 foot bush height and very bushy.
Oh, the little tree. Okay.
Yeah, the little tree.
I'm going to say out loud in Sylvan, what's going on here? Any response?
No response.
Okay. Can I trace the hoof prints back to where they enter? I see where they exit, but can I see where they enter?
This seems to be where they enter and exit, the same side of this tree, interestingly.
We need somebody to cast a detect magic on this tree.
And that's about how far you could get, and we'll turn to Fathom and Abran, since Abran's called Fathom up to help him out with something.
Okay.
I assume show me these symbols.
Yeah, show her the symbols and say, there's some kind of magic. They're all the way around the tree. Some kind of transmutation is all I can really decipher out of them with my limited ability.
Okay. You can make an Arcana check, Fathom, if you wish.
13.
13. It doesn't feel rightly like your kind of magic. It seems like it's co-opting arcane magic for some sort of unusual divine purposes, and that is not enough to point out or pinpoint exactly.
So maybe we do need to get Corncob in on this.
Mm-hmm. And are these magical symbols, or they're just laying on top of the wood? They haven't been like engraved into it,
they were scratched into it. They were etched into it, written into the tree, the bark of the tree. Not deep enough to go. Well, a couple of them probably score all the way down into the beyond the bark of the tree, but it's a very large tree. So.
And they do look recent?
They do look quite recent. Some fresh sap on some of them.
Do you guys think we could request a magical expert from the church?
Are you asking us all?
I'm asking you all.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the two that are sitting there.
Personally, I think we need to.
Let's
we
ask
need
the
to send
little
experts. We need to send the other guy, not Jarek. What's his name? Tony?
Timothy?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Timothy. We need to send Timothy back and get the big guy to come out here. There's too much stuff here going on. This isn't just a normal. Well, I want Jarek to stay here so he can tell us more stuff, but we need Timothy to go get somebody trusted to come back.
Do either of them have any magical abilities? Can they?
Oh, they do. You saw both of these healing or
So
prepared.
let's ask
to heal.
them if they can
Yeah, let's go and take a look.
Okay.
show
Sure.
it to them and say, "Is there anything you guys can tell us about this?"
They'll go over to you, both of them. Timothy's the first to go over it. Ah, well, excellent. This is nature magic. I think it's not just divine. They're very similar, though. Oh yes, it's very similar types of magic. I think.
Ugh.
So what
So
we really
he-
need is a druid.
He leans down and goes, "Oh, a druid. Yes, a druid would be good. I feel like, so you've pointed out both points of magic to them.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. They must interact in some way. This would be suspect for those sorts of things.
Do you feel like Patrick would think that this is now a safe place to have this oratorical convocation? This really seems bad. We've got a tree ringed with magic symbols, and we've got a podium with that's radiating some kind of magic. This sure doesn't seem like a place I'd have just a regular old oration.
No, but no, not in this state, of course. But magic is fragile, and it would be easy to ruin the ruin or take the other piece of it away, as you've already suggested, and put a podium in and stand up watches.
So I'm going to ask: this podium can be replaced?
Yes, of course.
I'm going to whack it with my Stonebreaker axe.
Yeah, let's get busy. Let's get busy.
All right.
I was gonna ask a question, but let's wait and see what happens.
Okay, so you're the axe
Timothy has a heart attack.
comes down. Timothy doesn't seem to mind. You just sort of see him in the corner of his eye. His eyebrow raises a little bit, and Jarek goes, "Oh my!" As you swing down, make an attack roll. Give a snack. Are you aiming for any particular part? You just want to smash it from the top?
In the middle, baby.
Yeah, where is the when Fathom showed us the magic? Did she point
It's
to
on
where
the
it was
back side
emanating?
of it, halfway down, almost pointing
Okay,
at where the speaker would be standing.
All right, that's where I'm aiming.
Okay.
More
15.
of a softball kind of hit.
15?
15? Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you just slam the axe against it. A bit of stone chunk goes flying off from the top. It's not necessarily a super magical device. It begins to tilt over a little bit, and the magic that's on the back of it just blossoms out for a moment. You still have detect magic on Fathom, so you just see it sort of radiate out strong for a moment, and this mouth opens up on the back of the pedestal and starts speaking some arcane words.
Oh, good.
That's probably not
Anybody?
great.
So
You broke up. What came up? What came out of the back of the pedestal?
a mouth opens up off the back of it and begins to start
okay.
speaking some arcane words. Anybody with actual proficient arcana can roll if they want to figure out what it's saying.
Okay. I am actually proficient
20.
despite my rolls.
I got a 20.
20.
11. Not.
I did
not
not.
worth
I got a 12.
it.
You got a, what was that, Fathom?
I did not get 20. I got 12.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Anybody else? You, Joel?
Yeah,
Did you?
keep it, Pucho.
Okay. All right. Then that would be on you, Abran. Immediately,
Yes.
you recognize, for some reason, you were missing the link before, but now you know why. The unfinished portion of the spell that was around the back were the words. They were the missing words. And those words come speaking out of the back of this pedestal, and the base
Premature
of the tree,
detonation.
the base of the tree around which you are all sitting just sort of lights up, and all of a sudden the ground heaves a little bit. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh, and here comes the music. We know that's bad.
Wonderful. How many? Fathom, what was your save?
13.
13. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, I like this
24.
sound.
24. You are very stable as everything sort of erupts around you. Fathom, you kind of have to lean over to grab something. It's gonna be the tree or Abran. Take your pick.
Oh boy.
I feel like in this particular situation, Abran might be safer, but
Okay.
I've been wrong
Perfect. You
before.
you reach out to
How
Abran
greasy is Abran
You
today?
reach out to Abran for stabilization.
Yeah.
Abran, what was your save?
Abram rolled a 22.
Okay, Abran is solid. He was there for you as you grab onto
Yes.
him.
He
Corncob.
flexes those abs and he
Corncob
stays
got a
solid.
12.
Corncob, you are also falling over. You can brace yourself on the stone if you want at that 12, or you can just fall over.
Oh, hell, I'll brace myself on the stone.
Okay, you reach up against the stone. Gooseneck,
Maybe I'll get
18.
superpowers.
how much?
Yeah.
18.
18? Yeah, it shakes a little bit,
You're a
but
rock.
you're able to steady yourself. Pugil?
23.
Oh, nimble on your
He
feet.
didn't even notice.
So
Yeah,
Corncob
care.
is
So low to
the
the ground.
most disturbed as this tree sort of rips up from the ground.
I knew it.
Oh dear, that's not good.
It's
You know what it is.
it's not. It's
I
not.
know what it is.
It's not. Oh,
It is.
no.
It is, and it's not.
Oh, that's cool, though.
However,
But that's not what I thought it was.
right at the feet of this tree is a satyr.
Yeah, it's not
Who
Orcus.
sculpted those?
I didn't get to
I
ask you a
can't say.
question.
What was the question?
Well, why do nature people have business with demons? That doesn't seem like it goes together.
It does not seem like it goes together at all. It does
It's
strike you
unnatural.
as immediately strange, and as everything sort of rips up and there is an angry look about it, that doubt that's in your head automatically makes it obvious. You've all kind of had a sort of a good feel about it. This does not seem like a peaceful bit of nature. This seems like more of a corrupt usage of the nature around it. And this tree in particular is very old, and you don't think it was living like this at any time before.
Now, is there anything that strikes me as unusual about the satyr? Does he look, are his eyes glowing blue or
Is he extra
something
goaty?
weird? Yeah,
He's
something.
He looks militant for a satyr.
Huh.
He
Doesn't look
doesn't look
necessarily.
in disguise.
No, he doesn't look necessarily like a fun-loving, though natural satyr. He looks very serious, and
He doesn't have like pentagrams inscribed into his flesh or anything.
no.
Like that. Okay.
That is the middle of the game. We're going to come back with initiative being rolled, but we're going to have to take our break there because it's in the middle. So everybody, when we come back from the game, we will roll initiative and find out how this combat goes with this satyr and giant tree. Michael's
boy.
excited. All right, I'll see you all in like 10 or 15 minutes.
this countdown again. That's 2 in one
I
turn.
know, right?
There's that flatulence again.
Roll initiative. That's where we start with this. There's a giant tree and a satyr popping up from the ground. And welcome back,
Hell
everyone.
Satyr.
Like
It's a Hell Satyr.
We went right in for all of you that just got back. After the break, it appears they're going to go toe-to-toe with a giant tree.
What? Total
Good
rut.
thing we
but
got
that's
our
okay.
fire user back.
I'd like to back up a
Yeah.
lot, actually.
Fathom, what was your initiative?
11.
11. All right, I'm going to turn down this tree. He's very, very, very loud. 11K.
Oh, that's the tree sound?
16.
I thought that was Michael.
Abran.
15.
Corncob.
17.
Gooseneck.
6.
And Pugil.
11.
All right. Corncob, even maybe perhaps because you were kind of spewed off balance and set into motion by the earth upheaving under your feet, you get to go first.
Oh, Jesus. I have no idea what to do here.
It's a tree. Burn it.
Well, you see this armored satyr underneath the tree as well as the tree.
Okay. All right. I will shoot a first level guiding bolt at the satyr.
Oh, okay.
So I have to roll. $16 for my
That
ballistic whatever.
so
And this is
wait,
level guiding bolt.
ooh, so
46.
16 to hit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right. It flies. It looks like it's going to fly true, and right at that moment, the tree slams his arm down right in front of it. You hit the tree and not the satyr. Just,
Okay.
but you did
So
hit
do
the
I do
tree.
damage to the tree?
Yes.
There you go, Woody. Oh, that's only a first level one, so 10.
Okay.
But now he's wounded, and he's lit up.
He is. This tree suddenly is glowing more than he was glowing even previously. And it's K. You see this spell go off. You see the tree has sort of protected the satyr almost. It's your turn.
I can't see myself on the screen, so I figure I'm some distance away, which is good because that's what I want. I am going to shoot at the nicely outlined tree.
All right. You have advantage on your first shot against him. And yeah, you and Gooseneck are up on the platform, a good 70 feet away from the tree.
25
Oh, that's a good hit.
for 6 points of damage.
Okay. You had advantage on that roll, which, if you want, means you could use your sneak attack. And I think you're muted all of a sudden.
Yep.
Additional 10 damage for the sneak attack.
All right. Okay. It sort of leans back a little bit, reaches in, and starts to pull up a rock, rips it up out of the ground. Abran, it's your turn as it's upheaving this boulder out of the ground.
I would like to move away from the tree so I can better utilize my bow, and I'd like to move off to the right,
Okay.
in that little gap between the stones. Does that make sense?
Off into here?
So,
Other side of the pillar, like in that gap in between.
Ah, like
Can
over
I move
here.
there? Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you can certainly move there.
I'd like to move there, and then I'd like to shoot the tree, please.
Okay. Normal shot.
Yes, normal. Yeah, normal shot. Well, this would be, and this is going to be, 17 plus 12, so 29 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
11 plus, and then he's already damaged, so I can do the Colossus Slayer, so 11 plus. So 17 points of damage in my first hit.
Whoa,
And then I'm going to try to plunk him again with another arrow. This time I just get a 20 to hit with 11 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. Fathom.
If I move away from here, are we all at least 20 feet away from where they are?
You are currently exactly 20 feet away from the satyr in the tree, and you're the closest to it.
Okay, so Timothy or Jarek, whichever one that is not within 20 feet.
No. Of the tree? No.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I want
they're
to
fodder.
move around behind the pillars that were to the left of me, or behind me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The standing pillars, not the direction that Abran went.
Right.
And then I want a fireball.
Okay. Yes! Boom! Right in the middle.
It's a tree and
Abran
everybody's out of
is so
range.
jealous. Abran is so jealous.
Okay.
I mean, I
Well,
feel
that
like this
bitch.
nature had probably been co-opted for this, but that's kind of not my problem right now. My problem is staying alive. So
Okay.
They're not friendlies.
The tree is not
Yeah.
quick enough. The satyr just performed an amazing sort of maneuver of speed. Doesn't get touched by your fire and flame at
Oh,
all.
great. We got an
As you
extra
move.
fast
So it's not
satyr.
even going to take
That's what we
half?
need.
Not even going to take half.
Wow. All right, that sounds good for me. $33.
30.
Hmm.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, the
Sweet.
fire elemental is taking it the brunt of that. I'm
what?
digging the brunt of the
Tree.
fire there.
The tree guy.
The tree, sorry.
Fire
Did I say fire
elemental?
elemental? I'm so sorry.
You
It's
did.
It's because I was looking for bits of flame,
Oh.
which are not under my feet when they usually
Because that
are.
was. Maybe it was a disguised tree that was actually fire elemental.
No.
I know,
So-
I'm waiting for the illusion, but
It
that
lights
was
up.
just a covered magic.
Yeah. It lights up on fire. The satyr grits his teeth a little bit, but slips weirdly in between the rushing on the waves of flame as it rolls out, and somehow dodges all of that damage. Pugil, it's your turn.
But it still seems like a satyr, not some kind of fire-loving demon or something.
Absolutely seems like a satyr.
Okay.
Just a
Well,
competent.
that's suspicious.
I want to run towards the satyr, but I don't want to close.
Oh my
with
God.
That's a
The
first.
gnome is
Waving.
running toward danger?
Stay
Wow,
in
the
character.
disbelief.
What are you doing?
Priceless.
Breaking character here.
I think he's having a
How-
psychedelic flashback.
How close do you want to get, Pugil, before you stop?
It looks like a giant turd.
About halfway.
About halfway. Okay.
Yeah, and I want to wave my arms and say, in Sylvan, this is a misunderstanding. We're not the target of your endeavor. We need to stop. We desire peace. We're branch brothers and leaflings and all of whatever the Sylvan would.
Everybody
a
raise your
Sylvan
hands that
type
understands
person.
that.
Okay. Make
I
a
guess that probably would have gone down better before I fireball something.
perhaps make a persuasion check.
I was hoping to roll higher on the initiative, but whatever. Ah, crap. 12.
Okay. No, he sort of flares his eyes. You can see angry as he looks at you without breaking contact and brushes a piece of hot ash and coal off of his shoulder.
Oh well.
That's a nonverbal cue.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well then,
Lucky for
I'll
me,
use the rest of my movement to run away.
Oh, yes, back in character. Yes.
Oh,
Double run.
You got a little more stretch and run. I'll run you towards Gooseneck and Kay out there on the platform.
Yeah.
Gooseneck's got the baby carrier.
Gooseneck, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to throw my shield up and say the magic word, so it starts protecting me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to. I have a blowgun and some blow needles. I'm going to get those out, get them ready, and then I would like to hold action and see if Pugh makes it to me, or start heading around towards Pugh, I guess. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah, you can see Pugil's kind of making his way up the stairs. You just sort of look over. You got your blowgun ready. You're pulling it out. You see the satyr sort of duck down a little bit, pull out a blade, and appear, moving. Either they moved so quickly, or they just teleported right behind Pugil. Almost runs
Gee
through
whiz.
him with the blade, like like a samurai movie, sort of.
Wow. Super satyr.
It's Super Satyr.
Super satyr. Pugil, that is a 17 to hit you. Does that hit?
Crap.
It's a what?
17.
Oh yes, very easily. My armor class is only 12.
Okay.
I'm a scantily clad gnome.
That is 8 points of
Devastating.
slashing damage. As it sort of passes almost, he appears behind you, passes through you, or through your
Blink
running
satyr.
path,
Blink Satyr. I've never heard of one of those.
and then turns around and double hands the sword again and slashes it across you. That is not as good. That is a 16, but that does hit your.
Yeah.
That's 10 points more of slashing damage. And then,
Ow!
sorry, third attack, he points his sword out. He sort of flicks it out towards. It's either going to be Gooseneck or Kay. It's in that general direction you're running. Let's see if he picks up who is interested in that. Gooseneck, he sort of points his sword at you, and you watch it like I don't know. You've seen the tips of some natural creatures sort of. This actually, it's more like the blowgun that you're leveling out you. The sword detaches. It looks like, even though clearly the blade is still attached, it's almost like a magical version of it. Detaches out, shoots
Like a Chinese
forward.
yo-yo?
Yeah, it shoots forward at you and then splits into a swarm of swords, almost like an arrow shot or
God.
spear shot, heading your direction. Phew.
A semi-automatic ballistic sword.
Make a dexterity saving throw as this hail of sword blades come at you.
Okay, now it says I have advantage on dex against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or
You can clearly see it.
So
You definitely have
so-
advantage.
I get advantage? Okay, great.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Oh,
So 21 total.
You are able to dodge. You would take half of this unless there's something that allows you to not take any from this.
I didn't go into a rage, so
Okay. So these blades would do 14 points of piercing damage. You'll take half of that as you dodge out of the way of all of them flying by you.
Alrighty. Is that all you got, you little satyr?
And then turning towards, well, we're going to find out. Let's see. I like a number. Abram, would you roll a d20? And Corncob, would you roll a d20? Tell me what you get.
4.
4 for Abram.
Corncob got a 15. I have
15.
to plug in my
All
computer
right, this
right now.
tree turns towards Abram, moves over, looming over you, easily 25, 30, 35 feet tall, Abram. Giant arms slamming down at you.
Oh.
Sorry about those arrows.
His first attack is a 15 to hit you.
Miss.
Okay. And then he slams down another hand on the ground, and the whole sort of surface bounces around. That's a 20 to hit you.
That hits me.
Okay. This slam, these pizza dungeon dice they're okay for me tonight. 16 points of bludgeoning damage as this tree slams down at you. And now, Corncob, it's your turn. Round 2.
Oh God, this is nuts. Okay. Let's go with the atomic thing. I'm going to aim at the tree and use my biggest guiding bolt of 3rd level
Okay.
with a 17 for my
That hits.
ballistic attack or whatever it is, ranged attack. And let's see, 66.
Wait, are these priests doing anything?
Oh, good point. That round, they ran back a little bit. They are beginning to cast something. But they're not really combatant priests.
Well, are they doing anything?
Yes, they are. They are beginning to
know what
cast.
they're
you
up
be-
to.
You need to start working on some healing spells for Aberrant.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be what they're working on, actually.
Raise the dead.
27 points of damage on the tree,
Ooh, okay.
Wow. Oh.
and it's lit up
Light
for
it
the next
up.
attack.
All right. It's nice. Very, very nice. Another guiding bolt. And, Kay, it's your turn back there. You are just the
Well-
super blurry, just in case it's dark right there.
Yep. Gosh. Most days Abran can take care of himself pretty well. Pujol not so much. So I think I'm gonna go engage that satyr.
Okay.
And draw my rapier and swing at him. 17.
17. That definitely hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay. You made it through his armor. It hits and hurts a little bit. You can tell. Winces. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Abran, under the tree.
So, yeah, so this guy's super huge. Is there any opportunities to get in behind him? But he's probably too fast moving in order to do that?
He's not really that fast. He's just really big. You
So
could
I mean, because my
probably get behind him.
is my dexterity such where I could maneuver and reduce his chances of just wailing on me and me standing in front of him. Does that make sense?
Oh, if you
Is that not the way the
decided
mechanics work?
no, mechanically speaking, if you wanted to do that, you could just spend your turn dodging, and he would have disadvantage
Yeah.
on his attacks. But you could not attack him if you did that.
No,
you
I
could
want to
just-
attack his ass.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
He's
fight
lit
him.
up again too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lit up, and so he's on me, so I can't use my bow, obviously, right?
Right.
All right. So I
attack at
have
advantage.
first attack at advantage. That would be a 20 to hit.
That hits.
With 5, 9, 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And second attack, 18 to hit with 7 points of damage.
Okay, that hits, and you do the 7 points of damage. You watch just chunks of this tree come out. It's starting to lose a little cohesion almost, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't fall at your feet as you're hoping.
Okay.
Fathom.
So the tree looks like it's not in great shape.
It looks like it's not in great shape. Yeah.
Okay. I will Eldritch Blast the tree.
All right.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Good job.
Let's see. 14 damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, chunks like its knee, it sort of falls onto its, blow off a bit of what it was using as its leg, and it crumples down onto its knee in front of Abran. Still up though.
Feel a little bad, but not a lot bad.
Good job. Good job, Fathom.
Okay. You, Joel.
I will. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
I am going to move away from the melee. I guess if I make a move action, he can strike me, right?
Yeah, unless you take your entire turn to disengage carefully from him.
I
Play
don't
that
wanna do
fancy
that.
magic harp.
Yeah, you
I've
got
already
all
shot
these good
all that.
skills on there.
No, I shot all those spells fighting the thing 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
We've had no rest. I got nothing but a crossbow right now. Let's see.
Good thing you paid to keep that.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I'll cast invisibility and move away without getting struck.
Ooh. Okay, you cast invisibility. You move away. I'm gonna guess the corncob fathom direction. They
Yes, get behind something sturdy.
right. So you can see him just sort of like he's listening, even in the middle of this combat. So I'm gonna give you a choice: move away at your full move rate, and he's still gonna listen
Nope.
for you, or
I'm
move
going to-
away, make a stealth check.
Come towards me.
I am going to creep away. Where is? I can't see because of the tree. Where is Gooseneck? Put your
So
finger
He's
down.
on
where
the platform.
Gooseneck's
I'm on
actually
the
right up
stand.
here on the platform.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
You're gonna.
I will. I'll move towards Gooseneck instead of the other way. So I'll reverse direction and sneak back towards Gooseneck.
Okay, make a stealth.
Serpentine.
Make a stealth check. We'll see how this goes.
20.
Ooh.
Nice.
This satyr stops, listens, tilts their head like the sword's waiting, and doesn't hear your footfalls as you slip invisibly towards Gooseneck. Right.
That was
Gooseneck.
close.
It's your turn, Gooseneck. It was close.
Okay. Well, I think I screwed up my last turn, so I'm going to switch back to my axe.
Okay.
Go into a rage and Can I charge this guy?
Yeah, you can.
Let's do it.
All right.
And I would like, let's see, how far am I within range to zap him with my storm aura?
Yeah, and you can carefully maneuver so that you won't get K in that. Well,
Okay.
never mind. You get to choose anyways.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I have to choose. So, Dex DC 13.
Dex save. I saved.
Okay, so, ooh, you get half damage, 6 points, so 3 points of
Okay.
lightning damage. Bzz.
All right. Ooh, that seemed to hurt.
So now I can attack.
Yep.
Oh, one sec. Okay. All right, here we go. Whackety whack with the axe. 11.
Does not hit. He's able to deftly sort of dodge aside as it swings.
Swing and a miss.
But he looks at you and he smiles. He sees Kay is sort of right next to him, though. So he swings at you, Gooseneck.
All right. Let fly.
Ooh, 26 to hit on his first attack,
Whoa.
Okay.
and 14 to hit on his second attack.
16, so second
Okay.
attack misses.
So just the first.
And I'm in a rage, so slashing damage is halved.
Okay. So that is 7 points of slashing damage. You half that. And then he sort of kind of weaves back a little bit and holds up his sword. You are almost expecting that he's going to do that same odd thing he did last time by pointing it. But he points it, and when he does, he splits magically almost. So he's blurry to look at the moment. Like he's not quite where you expect to see him. You just see like 2 or 3 of them, and you're not sure which one's the real him. Almost.
Okay.
Very out of focus. The tree is hovering over you, Abran, but stops with this slam down, looks to his right and left, and as he does, he takes his action. He turns and waves his hand, and this tree that is attacking you seems almost like it's got a face, a personality, a life to it. But as he waves what are appendages, the 2 trees behind this area rip up from the ground and begin to move forward towards you. They seem just like trees that are suddenly animated and moving.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them moves right over to you, double, as he's just plowing up bits of earth and rock and stone. The other one comes up behind Fathom and Gooseneck. I mean, Fathom and Corncob, sorry.
Not fun.
And slams one fist down on each, or one branch, sorry, not fist, down on each Fathom and Corncob. Fathom, that's a
I'm immune to trees. I don't take damage from trees.
17 to hit you, Fathom. And
Oh, that absolutely did.
Okay, and a 22 to hit Corncob.
That hit me too.
Okay. Fathom, that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 19 points of bludgeoning damage. Corncob, that is 17 points of bludgeoning damage. as they slam down on you. Abran, it was your bit of reprieve here. It looks like moving over to you took too much to get around this ancient stone elven build or fey build, and he couldn't get to you in time to attack you. It is now Corncob's turn.
Wait, what about the priest?
Oh, sorry. The priest. Good. Thank you for reminding me.
Yo, priest.
So they both go forward. One, there's only so far they can move. One runs up to Pugh, and the other runs up to Gooseneck. Gooseneck, you've been hit.
Yep. Twice.
Yeah.
And 10 points.
Gooseneck, you are healed up for 11 points.
All right.
Pugh.
Wait, I'm invisible. They can't see
Oh,
me.
that's right. Well, they went over. Good point. Nope, they can't see you. They went over that direction
Okay.
and just are like wondering what to do.
Okay.
Lamos.
Hey. No, well, I mean, Kay hasn't been hit, and they're not making it to you, Abran, this round. Although they will next round.
How far? I have a question. How far was the church from here?
It was a good ways. It was a good 20-minute walk.
Okay.
Corncob.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the tree.
Okay.
So make a Wisdom saving throw.
And I rolled a.
It's a wise old tree.
13.
And it was a 15 you needed.
Okay, I failed.
So. Ooh, that's a good roll. 23 points of damage.
Ooh. So you finish off this tree, bits of it blowing, and it sort of leans and crumbles, falls down towards Abran.
What do the other trees do?
Slapping on the ground. They continue to
Abran,
stay up and animated.
God damn it. Sorry. Shouldn't have said that. Terms of service.
It does not hit you, Abran, but it falls on the ground, inches from you, shaking. And these two other trees are up.
You still got that Rogue Tarky chainsaw?
I remember that wasn't one of the items.
No.
Okay, so that's an attack on corn. All right, from Kay, it's your turn.
I'm going to stab at the satyr again.
Okay.
But he's now 3, right? Or is it just me that sees the 3?
No. It's so that's true for everybody. He's just he's harder to hit. I'm gonna see if that's disadvantage. Let me look at that real quick. My apologies. You have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, with the disadvantage, I got a 20.
Ooh, that
Damn.
hits him.
Woo! Nice.
Yeah, crappy damage though. I got a 5 for damage.
Okay, that's still. Something got through his iron defenses. All right. There is Gooseneck and right next to him.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Well, no, I was just in case Kay wanted to use any abilities that required that.
Oh.
That says it's just once per turn, so
Yes.
I don't know if I can do that again right away.
Yeah, you can do it every turn. You can
Every time you have an action, I think.
Oh, did they get rid of the turns versus rounds thing?
Oh,
in this edition?
yeah. So there really aren't
Every
rounds
10
anymore.
rounds.
There are rounds, but every turn is every character. This is an interesting bit of mechanic. Every character gets a turn So technically,
Oh,
you get a sneak attack
cool.
now on your turn, and then if you had a reaction later where you also got the hit, you could technically sneak attack again because it's a next turn.
Do it.
All right. Well,
Send
okay.
that horny bastard home.
Yeah. So, with the sneak attack, that's an additional 17 points of damage.
Nice.
Ooh, there's a difference. That hurt. He's clutching his furry abdomen.
Yeah,
Well, there you
should have
go.
listened to me now, huh? Ah.
Okay. All right. Abran, it is your turn.
So the big guy's dead. Now this little tree is attacking me, right?
Yeah, there's a tree right beside you attacking you.
All
Ain't
right,
so
and he's
little.
still
It just whacked
animated.
us pretty good.
He's still animated, even though his master is dead. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna. He's right on me, right? So I have to use my sword, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first is 18 to hit.
That hits.
13 points of damage
Okay.
on the first one.
Yep.
And the second strike with my sword will be a 15 to hit.
That hits. Oh wait, no.
What?
It sort of digs into the bark and isn't enough to get through.
Okay.
Okay. Abran. And Fathom.
From where I am, how far would 30 feet be towards the podium?
From where you are, 30 feet would put you right at the podium, but you would be, 30
Right
feet
next to
would
the
put you-
solder problem.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
That's not what I want. But 30 feet closer to the dead tree seems like a relatively safe place to be right now.
Yeah, it does.
Then I would like to Misty Step 30 feet over towards the dead tree.
Ooh, all right.
What are you doing? Misty Step?
Misty Step. I'm briefly
Wow.
surrounded by silvery mist and teleport over there because I don't want to get smacked anymore.
No,
I
that's
wanna
cool.
do that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Right up. Very
that's
cool.
my ace in the hole when I'm in melee range.
Okay. That's like a bonus action, though, I think, so you get more.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, then, fine. I will attack the... Who looks in worse shape? Corncob or Abram?
Oh, it's a toss-up, honestly.
I'm down 17 points.
Yeah, I'm down. I was down 16, so I'm good. Go
All
get.
right.
Go help.
Yeah, I'm not bad
Oh.
either.
Well, I'll
Pick
attack
one.
Corncob. I'll
Corncob's
attack
tree.
Corncob
All right.
with Eldritch Blast again.
All right.
Hopefully the
Or
tree
20?
that's by Corncob.
That a 20 hits.
Yes, the tree that is next to Corncob. It's not your personal tree in your yard that you don't have yet because you haven't settled down. Only 4 points of damage, sadly.
No, that's all right. Okay. Pugh.
Can't hear you.
I'm gonna continue to move away from the fracas.
Okay.
Get some beef between me and stabby people, and play my harp and put some bardic inspiration on K.
Okay. That's at your level. That's a D8.
D8.
D8. Okay. Yeah, you can decide to use that before or after your roll. All right. Bardic inspiration. Is that it, Pugil, for you?
That's all I can do.
Okay. Gooseneck, your turn.
Okay. Whackety whack with the axe. It's a at disadvantage.
Yep.
Right? Oh,
Disadvantage.
let's do before we do that. Let's zap him with a little storm aura. So Dex
Sure.
DC 13.
I saved.
Saved. So half damage, 2 points, take 1 point of lightning damage.
All right.
And here we go for first axe attack. Crap. I got 11.
The hit. No, he nimbly dodges that.
All right. Let's try again. Here we go. 18. Oh, wait, no. 15 plus 7, so 22.
That hits him.
And oh, I'm losing my 9 plus 4, 13 points of damage.
Okay. You hit. He looks at you as he's falling down, kind of smiling before he even hits the ground. He just sort of breaks apart, and you see nothing but like it looks like withered rose petals hit the ground.
Oh, God, I hate the Fae.
I wanted that sword.
I don't know about the creepy smiles. I don't love that.
It's not
leave the
enough that
sword
he
behind?
escapes, but he's got to leave the damn rose petals, right? I mean, that's the extra little kick in the nuts as he's leaving. Sorry.
You're good. Gooseneck, he just succumbed to your axe blade, maybe, possibly. Anything else,
He
Gooseneck?
succumbed to it?
Yeah, well,
he's
not
gone?
here. He's gone, as far as you can tell.
Turned him into withered rose petals. Does that sound like he's gone? No.
Did the sword fall, or did he take that with?
He took
Did
that
the
with
sword
him.
turn into?
He took
Okay,
it
so
with
that
him.
turned into rose
Dead.
petals
Son
too.
of a gun.
Yeah, it's a particularly thorny part of the vine.
Rattly.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll run over to Abran and start trying to help him with the tree.
Okay. You have a long move, so you can do that.
40 feet.
Yep.
So,
It's a full
I
move
can-
to get over there.
okay. So, can I still whack him?
If you had another attack, then yes, you can.
Oh wait, no. I missed on the. That was 2
Yeah.
attacks.
Yep.
Never mind.
Go full
Okay.
Bunyan on him.
I'll
gooseneck
fell that
bunny.
tree with my axe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's 2 targets in front of this tree. One slamming branch down at Abran and one slamming branch down at Gooseneck. As
Oh,
it
no.
roars up. Abran, that is a 27 to hit you. Gooseneck, it's a 17.
It's me.
Man, where do
I
these
won.
trees learn how to fight? I want to go to that school.
So I think that hit you. That hit you then, Gooseneck, as well.
Yes, I won.
Okay. Abran, that is a 16 points of bludgeoning damage. Gooseneck, that is a 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
God.
Is that so? Okay. Bludgeoning, I
cob.
take half.
Yeah, you take half. Corncob, this tree like reaches down at you. That's an opposed strength as he begins to wrap his branches around you like he's grabbing you.
Okay.
So athletics. You would use athletics, or you could use
I think athletics is probably my best.
yeah, it probably is.
Okay. So you need a roll?
Yes, you roll and give me your athletics roll. An opposed check here versus mine.
So I got a 13, and then my athletics adds a 5, so 18.
Okay. He rolled a 25, so he scoops you up and flings you as far as he can. Whew.
Well, that's not nice.
No, it's not nice. And he flings you towards Abran and Gooseneck. You don't make it there, though.
Okay.
That's too
One-
far a throw for him. You land somewhere in between on the ground against some rocks, taking 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Owie.
Make
Owie.
an acrobatics check or a dexterity save. I'll let you choose to see if you remain, if you're going to be prone. I think you're going to be prone, but we'll see. DC
Acrobatics or dex, they're about the same.
is okay. DC is 16.
13.
Okay, you are prone on the ground, rolling after you careen into the stones.
One quick question, Frank.
Yes.
Did the priests get their turn or no?
They're getting it now.
Okay.
They're going
I
on the same
didn't
as
know.
these guys. Yeah,
Sorry.
after. I put them at the end.
How far did he throw me?
35 feet.
Ah,
Wow.
perfect.
Actually, you're pretty much rolling right across Fathom's point of view on the ground.
Now you can be the flying Aquadorf.
Mm.
Now, these... was that greater invisibility or just invisibility, Pugh?
It was just plain old invisibility.
Okay, so this one comes around here and heals you. This one runs up and heals Corncob.
You can see
Here.
me.
He can now. You cast a spell. Didn't you?
Oh, yeah. But no. All I did was do my bardic inspiration.
Oh, that's a good point. No, he probably couldn't then. Sorry.
You could hear him, maybe.
Yeah,
You
he's
can
still...
hear me plinking my harp.
Yeah, he can hear the sound, but he's not worried you're back there. So, Corncob,
Great, we get the only clerics that can't echolocate.
12 points of 12 points on the cure wounds on you, Corncob, and then
Thank you, sir.
Gooseneck. This guy runs up. 6 points of cure on you.
All right.
And it is Corncob, it's your
I
turn.
have my own little healing guy. I like
know.
that.
Okay, Corncob as a bonus action is going to cast Shillelagh on his staff,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the tree that threw me.
Okay. Sorry. Wait, that's a croc.
Needs to save on a dex throw.
I rolled a 2.
I don't think you saved.
I don't think that's a save.
Wait. Yep. So 13 points of damage.
Okay. It's angry. It's radiant. Damage coursing through it. A pillar of it. Do you stand up or do you just remain there on the ground in front of at Fathom's feet?
Might as well stay on the ground. I mean, I just did 2 things, so.
Okay. And Kay, it's your turn.
I'm going to go back to my bow and shoot an arrow at that tree that just grew Corncob.
Okay.
But I just rolled an 8.
Okay. It sticks in it. It's a large object, but just doesn't pierce the bark.
All these years Smokey the Bear was lying to me. These trees don't give a shit about fire.
This definitely would have inspired chaos around a group of listeners if this had happened at that time. Fathom, it's your turn. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry,
I
Abran.
think
Abran. It's Abran's
Nope.
turn.
That's cute.
All right, so I still have my sword out. I'm fighting the tree.
Yeah.
Take a slash at the tree. That would be a 18 to hit.
Yes.
14 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
And second one is 15 to hit, probably miss.
Yeah, it can't penetrate the bark.
Okay. I only got one hit.
Thick. Okay.
Using
Good
my
job.
bow
That was a
better.
hell of a hit, though.
It was good. All right, Fathom, now it's your turn.
I would like to cast Detect Magic because I'm afraid the satyr pulled a trick like Ujo and I did.
Okay.
Looking for the satyr.
You look around, and what's the range on Detect Magic?
30 feet, and if it's safe, I will walk around a little bit.
Okay.
Like I'm not getting into tree branch range.
Right. So at the foot of this fallen tree, you do see a hunched figure that could be the satyr.
I'm
like
gonna
just outlined in magic, just a slight glow out there, so something's invisible in that area.
I'm not gonna give any hint of that, but I'm gonna walk back towards Kay as far as my movement
Okay.
would allow me to.
Okay. All right. Detect magic. And that is Pugil's turn.
Who is in melee contact with the trees right now? Gooseneck and Abran?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gooseneck, Abran, and kind of technically one of the it's Sherrick.
Okay. I am going to cast Speak with Plants and try the same sort of negotiation that I tried earlier with the Sylvan trick.
Okay.
I'm saying, brothers, please, this doesn't have to be this way.
Why can't we just all get along?
Why can't we just all get along?
Why can't trees be friends?
Exactly.
Make a disadvantage persuasion check.
Oh, shucks. Still a 15, but if it hadn't been disadvantaged, it would have been a nat 20.
15 is not bad. So it sort of
I'm even weeping. Little gnomey tears, please. I wiggle my little Billy Barty fingers. We don't wish to harm you.
these
Can he add a
trees.
performance to that? Can he add a performance bonus?
You already got a good 15. These trees don't seem to be. They don't seem to have a full conscious stream of thought, mind of their own, sort of thing.
Okay. So
Just-
it's not like talking to regular plants.
So they're even dumber than trees.
They're even
Yeah.
dumber than trees.
They're not the
Wow.
outhouse trees. These are trees that are even dumber.
The Outhouse Brothers, those are good trees. But
You don't
it
even want
does,
wood made from these trees.
he stops.
a just dumb wood.
misunderstanding.
You can tell that they're taking in it almost. Well, you can tell being disconnected to them that they're looking back at the fallen tree that's been slain for some sort of direction for something after that. He looks at you, hesitates, looks back at the fallen tree, and then
Oh well. Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast, or I'm going to give inspiration to Gooseneck.
okay. Gooseneck, you also now have inspiration. And Gooseneck, it's your
Remind
turn.
me again. What's to get a plus
It's
to
a-
what?
A D8 for any attack rolls, saving rolls, or ability check.
Okay.
And Gooseneck, it's your turn.
All right. Well, let's do my storm aura. Next DC 13
Save. I save.
saves.
Mhm.
Oh, 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And let's see. Let's go ahead and whack him with the axe. And let's see here. See, 8 on the attack, huh? Okay, well, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 7, 17.
That hits.
That hit? For 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage.
Okay, that tree just creaks and falls over right beside you both.
Yay!
All right. Hacking and whacking and stacking.
Okay, so there's 1 tree left, right?
There is.
You should yell timber. Maybe it would scare the other one.
All right, well, I'll yell timber and start heading for that other one.
Okay. Can't make it all the way there, but you can make the decent amount of the way. 45 feet, it's not bad. And you won't have to make it all the way there because it closes on you.
Oh my.
Nice.
It
What's
moves.
coming in to
Very
meet the charge?
considerate.
Yeah, it's
Didn't want
coming
you to
in
get tired out.
coming in to meet the charge.
So can I hit it?
No, unfortunately not.
Hmm.
It is after you have, and its first attack is an 18 to hit you, and its second is a 24.
Those both hit.
All right. 15 on the first of bludgeoning damage, so you are reducing all this,
Yep.
and 17 on the second. Slam, slam. It's right behind you, Fathom. Gooseneck has run right behind you. Bits of rock and stone and earth just jet up from behind you on the ground where it attacks. The priest that's over you on the ground, Corncob, sort of dives over you and rolls onto the ground to try to protect themselves from the tree that's suddenly behind him.
Not to protect me, not to dive over me and
Approaching.
help me out.
Nope.
Thanks,
Does
I'll
not.
remember
Well, we're
that.
the adventurers.
This
He's
one-
just a house person.
Is this Tiny Tim or Jared?
That's Timothy.
Yeah, okay.
Jarek
I'll
comes
remember
up
that.
behind Abran.
I'm going to mark that down on my little map, too. Just so I remember.
Abran, Jarek comes up and touches you. Maybe this will help. 7 hit points restored to you, Abran.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.
It is Corncob's turn. You and little Tiny Tim over there.
All right. And so I'm still laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm. So's Timothy.
Okay. Timothy. Oh, because Timothy's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure. Yep. Toll the dead at that tree, so
Okay.
it needs to save versus its wisdom.
18.
That saves probably. Yep. That's
I
a.
thought these were really dumb trees.
Wisdom.
Well, I thought they were too,
Wise
but
old
apparently they're very wise, just like me.
They are incredibly wise, but not very charismatic or intelligent.
Oh, okay.
They buried all their points in the wisdom.
Yeah. And intelligence is our dumb stat. So is that it for Corncob then, right? Okay.
Ain't much else I can do. I already made a shillelagh. That's the only thing I can do as a bonus action.
Kay, it's your turn.
I'm going to shoot at that tree again.
Okay.
$17 this time.
That pierces through it, and Gooseneck is right there to distract it for you.
Right.
Tree.
17 points of damage.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's sort of bits of it blow up. You can tell it's not as robust as the original tree that was in the center. It looks like it's losing its stride a little bit, but still moving and looming over Gooseneck. However, it is now Abran's turn.
All right, I'm gonna light him up with got my bow out, and
Okay.
I am gonna shoot that tree. That pesky tree needs to die. The first one is a 19 to hit
That hits.
with 5, 12, 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire. Do I still need to hit it again?
It
It's still up?
begins to fall forward towards Gooseneck.
Okay, so it's collapsing to the
It
ground.
is
then?
collapsing. It misses you narrowly, Gooseneck, but lands sort of boom, shaking. And as you all are out of rounds, the clerics are. I realize, Fathom, you see the hunched over
Yes,
magic
I would like
skill.
to message people about. Well, I'm going to just step back and tell Kay in person, and
Okay.
then starting with Abran, Gooseneck, Corncob, start messaging.
Where is this
Well,
guy?
I had an attack left, but she couldn't.
The
Message me
satyr
first.
is
Message me
crouched
first.
at the base of the big tree, is what I would say.
That I still had one attack left. Could I utilize that, or was that out of that?
No,
I
that's
can't
out
make
of
it
the
to-
message
Okay.
sort of.
All right,
things.
cool. I want to shoot his ass.
So we've all got the message now. Now what?
Yeah.
Do we roll initiative again?
Well, it depends on what you want to
Do
do.
we see him?
You do not see him.
So
Okay,
I mean,
so we
I would
really
say
can't
you-
target him.
You cannot target him.
One
I
of us
tried to give
can.
you information about where it is.
Yeah. There's a
Okay.
space. Anything that you can put at a space or at a location or at a point, you
Um,
can hit him with.
Okay. Well, then I
don't
still have one
think
thing I can
had
do.
anything like that. Oh, I could do a minor illusion, but I have to get a lot closer. All right, I'll like casually walk over. Maybe I'll suggest that the ranged people come back to the platform too. You know, just make some gestures. But I'll casually walk over within 30 feet of this thing, which I really do not love the idea of doing this, and just put a little illusion just above its head, hopefully where it wouldn't see what I think is the head.
Okay.
Glowing yellow exclamation point.
Yeah, something like that. A little bullseye attack here. Yeah, there we go. Downward pointing arrow attack there.
I'm gonna move this tree. I'm gonna place him where he is, basically. This one's on the ground as well. And you're casually within 30 feet of him. The corncob's still there. All right.
So it says it lasts
I'd like
for
to
a minute.
cast.
I don't know if I have to be in the range for the whole minute.
No, you don't. Once you cast it, you can move along.
I'd like to cast a spell when it's appropriate.
Yeah, so you are all kind of looking at each other. You've worked with yourselves as a party for a while. You know that only one of you are going to get an action off that he's not going to be aware of. Who are you allowing? Who are you kind of eyeballing each other as the one that's going to get that off before you have to start roll into this?
Yeah,
If I can target,
Oh, for
say
initiative?
Abran.
Oh, yeah,
or-
I'll hold on to my spell until a direct attack. Mine is just an impedance.
Yeah, I'd say Abran.
if I can target him with a spell, I can cast command on him, which would force him to reveal
Does
himself.
that seem like it would work on him? I don't think that would work on him.
He's badass. He's
I bet
super
you gotta be a lot
satyr,
closer,
spider,
too.
satyr. Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
seem visibly targeted. It's you see the space
Okay.
and that's it.
Go for
Let
it,
Abran shoot him.
I'm going to
Abram?
shoot him. Do I need?
Okay.
If I roll in at disadvantage?
It is a disadvantage because you can't see him, but you know where he is at least.
Okay. So I got an 18 and a 16. So 16 plus 12 is 22.
That's a
With-
that's a hit.
And 8, 15, 16, 17 points of damage.
Can you? He was still wounded. Can you do your thing?
He was
The-
definitely wounded.
Yeah, I did. I got 2 extra points.
Colossus.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You hear him yelp. He begins to sort of fade into being at the end of the yelp. And then as he fades in, he physically passes out on the ground in front of you or dies. You're not entirely sure. That was all. He was just hanging on with a little bit of hit points over there.
Mhm.
Bam!
Take his head.
Falls at your feet.
Well, if we can keep him alive and get some information,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Capture him. Capture him. Let's
Like,
find
his
a
out.
head.
lot of time and whatnot.
We have no way to magically bind him, I don't think.
I'll move up to him.
But if he can't
I want
move
to
his
separate him
hands
from
he
his
can't-
weapon.
I
You
can't
can't
cut his head
cast
off with a
spells.
shillelagh. That'd be really gross. So,
Also, we can't question him if you do that.
Yeah.
well,
Is his sword
that's what I
still-
want to
is
do,
his
but I'm
sword
not going to be
still
able to do it. Someone with an axe could, or a
His-
You
sword.
could beat it.
His
You could
sword
beat
is
his head flat.
Yeah. I think it. We should
Yeah.
take
The-
him back to the
is his
church and
sword still
let them
there?
question him. We've
Let's
done our
bind
part.
him up real good then, because I think this guy is filled
Yes.
with magic. I really do.
Look,
I
extra.
think he's got rings or
Well,
armor
he's
or something.
unconscious. He's
well,
unconscious.
let's take all
right?
his stuff. Take all
Yeah,
his stuff.
that's what I was trying to say. Let's take his
Well,
sword.
let's bind
let's
and
take
gag
his-
him then.
And put his
him.
hands behind his back. But let these guys heal him enough that he's going to make it back to the Temple of Apara.
No, we can carry him. There's no reason to heal him from
Well,
unconsciousness.
but
No,
if he's
if he's on death's door, won't he have to make
Yeah.
death saves? And
You can stabilize him instead with a check, so he'll just be.
Yes, you can. I
Unconscious.
can use my medical ability to stop him from dying
all right, do that.
without waking him up.
All right. So
if these guys are giving out healing spells, though, I'll take one.
he stops for dying. They have exactly 2 more spells left. And they will give they'll give you one, and that is 10 points. Who else needs one? They kind of look around. Pugil. They walk over to you. 8 points. And you've bound him up. You've taken his sword. You find out there's nothing really unusual about his sword. That ability was his that he used through his sword. And that is where we actually have to end.
Yeah.
Wait
hands
a
behind
minute. Is
the back.
anybody else
Can't do any
damaged?
gesturing.
There's definitely other people
yeah, I'm
damaged.
down, but
I'm
Okay,
down.
still
I'm gonna
down.
I'm gonna
Still
go
down.
ahead and blow off my
But-
my big prayer of healing then.
Okay.
So everybody gather round.
Okay.
I can get six people in it.
All right.
Well, the priest got hurt,
Healers,
so that's all about.
Brother Aquadorf.
Everybody gathers around you. Listen to the tale of
Take 9 points of healing.
and 9 points.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Wow. Look at that, guys. You all are
Thanks, Corncob.
super competent.
Thanks, Corn. Thanks, Corny Cobby.
Ah.
Don't forget to
That-
write down on the map about how Timothy did you
Yep.
wrong.
Dove behind you.
That's all right. I understand.
So that
Timothy's
is
not really an alpha.
no. We are. That's where we end for this. That's where we'll pick it back up next time. You deciding whether or not you want to have some words with the state, or just giving them totally over to the temple, and we'll turn it on from there.
Man, wait till
So
they
that
see the
nearly
landscaping
gone?
bill. Oh, this is going to be a lot.
Yeah, I
We
mean
didn't
that
even
was
talk
like this
about
whole special
landscaping
tree.
when we were getting into it.
Did
But we
you
cleared
have
all the
any
trees
other
from their
loot?
area, so it should be good.
What did
Did
What did
did he
Rhonda
have
say?
any other loot on him?
We take turns
On the satyr?
talking.
Yeah. So I'm gonna find out what everybody wants to do, and we will do it orderly. as we go and we sort of wrap it up, last things before we end for the evening on this, on what you want to make sure you get down. We'll start with Kay.
I don't have anything in particular. I think we should let the church question him, but I don't have anything special that I want to do.
Okay. Fathom.
I also vote to let the church question him. And I just want to confirm that the big tree that was here for like 1,000 years is now gone, right? We ruined the nature and whatnot.
Yeah, kind of. You'd have to heal it or something. It's fallen over. It's fallen over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Abran?
I agree with what they said.
Okay. All right. Corncob.
As long as he's been thoroughly checked over, I say we take his trussed up body back to the church.
All right. Gooseneck.
I'll throw him over my shoulder. Let's go.
Hugel.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. You are on the way, taking them back to the church. You each, from that, got 1,033 experience points. This little satyr had no magic items on him per se. You feel like the sword is low-level magic, but magical. It is magical.
That was 1033.
1033. And we'll wrap it up until next time. We have one more game before the ReaperCon game, if my calendar is correct. So,
Cool. Are we going to have a ReaperCon game?
There will be a ReaperCon game live on the table. I think there will be Reaper Errant. Justin, I know you're in there. You can correct me. It will be one-shot designed, though, because I know not everyone's going to be available for that.
Well, can we do a Zoom and zoom in the people that can't be there? Is that possible?
We could talk about that off.
Yep.
Off
That's
air,
mechanics I think we can talk
complications.
about later.
Yeah.
What's the
Cool.
XP total you guys have?
19,388. Yeah, that's what I have.
But I wouldn't have that because I missed last week, right?
No, you'd still have it. We're keeping everybody even for this.
Yeah, I got one after the mushroom thing. It's all good.
Yeah, you got experience.
You
for
had a lot of
sleeping in.
experiences during the mushroom thing.
I know, right?
You finally got a nice rest, Fallon.
Hey, baby.
Your experience doesn't cause fungal blooms on your arms.
I'm okay with that.
In a good way.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody watching. Thank you to Reaper Miniatures. Thank you to Sirenscape for the background and ambient music. I'll let everybody plug what they want to before I do the final wrap-up and then hand it over to Justin. Bobby?
No plug. Thank you, Nightheart people. That was super fun. I'm glad we lived and vanquished the... I guess they're not. I don't know whether they're evil or not. But that was super fun, and I can't wait. I'm kind of disappointed that we're stopping where we are. It's kind of a cliffhanger.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm looking forward. Yeah, 2 weeks is going to be a long stretch.
Thank you. Gene?
I don't have anything to plug either. I also enjoyed myself. Thanks, everybody. And I'm looking forward to the next adventure here in a couple of weeks myself. Can't wait. This one was a lot of fun. Good to have everybody back, you know?
Yes. Jason?
Well, it was good to see everybody again, and thank you very much, Frank and Ann and Justin. I always appreciate it. I always have a good time. This was kind of a mind twister, I think. No real announcement except that we're not going to have the Crow's Nest this week. It's vacation week, so we'll be back the week after that, and we'll have probably a special announcement of a new miniature that's Crow's Nest themed.
Ooh, exciting. Michael?
Beep, beep. Yeah, I had a great time. It was fun. We got to roll for initiative and attack things and kill things, so it was a great mix. It was a great mix of talk, stab, stab, stab. Loved it. Yeah. No show this week. Big show next week. And off to Rhonda, and Rhonda's Beyond the Kit.
Yeah.
Rhonda will
Yep,
have a show this week.
I will have a show on Monday, Beyond the Kit. I'd like to see you there. But also, if you're coming to ReaperCon and you're going to paint contest entries, I recommend you go to my blog at birdwithabrush.com because I've written down a lot of the things we usually end up giving people feedback on after the contest. So why not learn that now and make new mistakes we can talk to you about after the contest?
Preemptive
So that's all my
education.
plugging.
Cool. Jen.
Thank you, everyone. Great time as usual. I don't have anything to plug, but I will note that we have met an important milestone with this game. Kay's journal is full. I'm going to have to get a new notebook.
Oh my!
Wow. Wow.
That's
Good
a
thing
good
we're in town.
reminder to go read Kay's journal, as a matter of fact. It's
Yeah, that's
wonderful
right.
reading.
Fun.
It is. Absolutely. I read it all the time. Actually, whenever I'm like, oh, what? Oh, I need to go. What was that? I'll go back. There's better notes than I take on some things. So definitely read it. You can look. You can search Reaper Errant Kay's journal, and you will find it. If I don't see the link. And yes, Sid, we pointed out. I should say thank you to Miss Mixbaz for painting the satyr. It's true. We have people help us painting these. Thank you. Justin, I'm handing it over. Oh, I guess my name's Frank. I DM on Nightheart Gaming and on that channel usually. Next week we have Maximum Maidens on Friday and Saturday. Stay tuned for that.
All fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin, I'm taking it to you now for the raid and a final wrap up.
No problem. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, as always. And I, too, cannot wait until next week. So, or not next week, but the next session, I should say. So, we're going to be raiding Wapelius. So make sure to say hi to him for us. And with that being said, everyone have a great night and a great weekend. Thanks again to you guys, and thanks again to Nightheart. So,
Thank you, Justin.
see you guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, is this the
Bye-bye.
wave?
Later. Yeah, yes, bye-bye. Bobby's frozen. Bobby hung up.
No, he's there.
Nope.
Okay.